Oh, really? Wait, it was muted like that the whole time? Interesting. Okay, whatever. Welcome to the stream, guys. Talking for like 5 minutes, and it was all muted. Oh man, that's why it's so funny. I'm like, cool, I was just talking to myself. Basically, I was just talking about the game and how we're gonna do the investigation and the trial. I think, okay, everything should be good now. I'm pretty sure. Okay, cool. I think we're good. Okay, but yeah, basically I was talking about the game because so we're doing the investigation and the trial. The trial, though, is considerably longer than I thought it would be because I was looking at the YouTube channel, and it's like almost 2 hours long, just the trial itself. And from what I've heard from my mods, the trial on YouTube is voice acted, but the playable version isn't. So I may end up watching the video rather than playing through the trial. Just because I do kind of want to save my voice, if that's the case, especially if I wanted to, like, do it all in one stream, which might be kind of a lot, since, yeah, I don't know. It's like, that seems like a lot. But, we'll try to, we'll do as much as we can today, and we'll kind of see where we go from there. I was like, I think I saved somewhere in here. Okay, but yeah, Magnus died. I was pretty shocked about that. He was the one who had, like, Aang or something. I don't know, his friend, I'm just gonna call him Aang, in the previous killing game, who survived. And he like wouldn't watch it because he was too scared about him dying. But yeah, I was pretty surprised that Magnus did it. I don't really think I have a suspect so far. I think it does have to be somebody in the like seance that we did. But I can't remember exactly who was in the seance. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you. Super Panda BS, happy birthday, Grand Weeby. Oh my god, thank you so much. 105 now, you know, so it's just, you know, it's been a roller coaster of emotions, but I'm just so happy to be here. And thank you, Big Chunk of New World McDonald's, for the donation and the burger. Appreciate you. Oh, man. So funny. Okay. According to the file, Magnus died at exactly 11:59 from severe blunt trauma, forced trauma to the back of the head. Oh my god, is that a contusion of the occiput? Levitica. This is surprising. What is? The whispers. They speak of something being amiss with the details we have been provided. Are you talking about the time of death? That is correct. The degree of specificity is quite remarkable. Would it not be more normal for the time of death to be expressed as, say, an interval? Or am I merely understanding the power of modern medicine, science, underestimating? She's right. No, that's a fair observation. 11 to 12, for instance, would certainly be more normal than a time of death that is accurate to the minute. But what reason would Kilmore have for doing something like this? What did it say? Like, what did the thingy say again? Can I? No. Oh wait. Oh, there we go. Magnus is dead. Oh, so many notes. Okay. What's like, wait, can I look at the file again? Oh, whatever. They'll probably show it later. Did they give it like an exact time? Is that what he's saying? Or he didn't give a time? I can't remember. And yet that clockwork monstrosity is prohibited from conveying outright lies. Though I am loath to say it, I believe we'll have to trust in the file's credibility for now. Agreed. Kilmore File 1 added to the evidence folder. I get the feeling that this will become quite an important detail in the upcoming trial. Talking like a baby now. Do you happen to know when everyone arrived at the scene of the crime? I fear I'll be of limited assistance to you in that regard. However, I can say for certain that I arrived here at 12:23 p.m. on the dot. The clocks around the mansion indicated as thus. I see. But what if the clocks have been tampered with? Couldn't someone use that information to interfere with our perception of time? A divine hypothesis. However, I'll have you know that I checked all the clocks at 11 while I was on duty. Not one of them showed the incorrect time. Alright, so you checked the beginning of your search designation. To be honest, I completely forgot about the search designations. Oh. I wasn't scheduled to search the mansion at any point in the day, so it kind of just slipped my mind. And, yeah, we were all like investigating or something when Magnus died too. I think something like that. It's too wild. My bad. I don't know why I just say things weird sometimes. I see. In that case, you may have my copy if it will help refresh your memory. Artu woe and detwile. I must trust that you will not misplace it. No, of course not. I'd like to jot down the locations of all the clocks, if that's okay with you. But of course. Leviticus testimony has been added to the evidence folder. Search designations, add to the evidence folder. Rooms with the clocks, add to the evidence folder. Hey, we actually have evidence now? Yay! But I want to see the monopad thing. Oh, well, there's like 5 pages in total. So a lot of notes. Interesting. So what did you do after you finished your search? I left and went straight back to the school. Eden and Virginia were also there at the time. It was quite a long walk. The fact that we were the last to arrive back on the scene is testament to that fact, would you not agree? Ah, so you were the last people to get here. Unless I am misguided, I believe that to be an accurate assessment. Pardon me for asking, but at this stage, do you suspect me? Maybe. Where did that come from? Your reaction told me all I needed to know. A wise choice. To doubt the impure is to be wise to all possibilities. After all, belief is only to be assured if you were to entrust it to the gods. Yeah, weirdo. With the timing of when everyone arrived at the crime scene, it appears we still need a bit more information in that area. Okay, I think we should start talking to some other people. Oh, hey, it's you. Ah, Phoenix. Shush! How delightfully quaint. I feel as though I'm being treated to a live episode of Corpse Whisperer. Florian's Corpse Whisperer, what's that supposed to be referring to? Referencing Corpse Factory. How come she doesn't get shushed? Man, Corpse Factory was a wild ride. Almost forgot about that. Oh, thanks so much, Bree. Thanks for stopping by. Just wanted to send some support. Also, hi, chat. Oh, hope you're doing well, Bree. Thanks for the dono, and thanks for stopping by. You move a bit to the side and gesture her at the follow. Comfy check for Bree. I was wondering if you could tell you when I got here. Don't look at me like that. You can't expect a novelist to ignore a conversation that's going on right next to her. Why, it could even form the foundation for my next novel. I certainly hope not. Wait, so she was listening and watching Corpse Whisperer, almost called it Factory, at the same time. That game was fucked up. Okay, so I arrived here at about 12:16 p.m. Grace, Dash, Phoenix, and Elisa were all with me at the time. It seems we formed our own little coffee-sipping clique. Okay, we're with Grace, Dash, Phoenix. We're all with her at the time. And she arrived at 12:16. When did the other girl arrive? Like 12:23 or something, I think. Levitica. Y'all just have like watches right on you where you can look at exactly. Oh, I got you exactly 12:23. Thank you, Captain Draken. Finally caught up with the VODs. Oh, yay. Glad to have you here. Hope you enjoyed the VODs. It seems we formed our own little coffee-sipping clique. So you were all gathered in the cafe at the time the body discovery announcement was broadcast. Precisely. Interesting. Indeed. It appears that unless you are a disciple of the levitating meatball monster, travel time is definitely something you must take into account. So it seems like all of them are like cleared, I guess. Who is it again? Grace, Dash, Phoenix, and Elisa were all with me at the time. Damn, that's a lot of people cleared. I'm trying to, like, dang, I wish I had taken notes if he was at the seance too. They'll probably go over it again. Since when could meatballs give you so much power? Okay, I'm done with the initial examination. What the fuck, Dagan? What is that? Jesus Christ, it's awful. Ah, holy water. I need holy water for that. Hiya, chat. I'm glad everything is normal. Just put it away. Put it away. The power of Christ compels you. On your Dara arc. Oh, man. Thank you, Stinkfly3. Corpse Whisperer is a reference to Ghost Whisperer. Oh, yeah. You know, I've heard of that. Wasn't that like a show or something? I feel like my mom might have watched that show, like, growing up, now that I think about it. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate you. Sorry about that earlier. I have virtually no experience with dead bodies, so I wanted to minimize disturbances. Is the difference really of note to a practiced man such as yourself? Certainly. For instance, a dead patient can no longer consume McDonald's. Wow, that's amazing. I never would have guessed. Well, they can, but the results would be rather... how would you just like force feed them? Ew. Too much information, Phoenix. Way too much. Oh yeah, I got a bit carried away, didn't I? Well, were you able to confirm the file's accuracy? By my estimations, there is nothing to suggest that the file is wrong. And here I was thinking it would be more deceptive than an ad campaign from Jungry Hacks. Like Hungry Jack? Hungry Jack? Like Jack in the Box? So it is as I said. For some unknowable reason, that bear apparently values the idea of a fair trial. That much is clear from the original Killing Game. And a fair trial would be nigh on impossible if any malicious misinformation was to be disseminated. Though it appears my assumptions were not completely misplaced. Is this the work of my, arch nemesis, or is it something more? Man, like, everybody in this cast is such a goober, dude. Like, the trials were so bad with, like, the Another cast. I can only imagine what's gonna be like with this cast. My arch nemesis, was it McDonald's that committed the murder? No. Could you say it again, but in the common tongue, please? Well, you see, I believe a bit of information may have been left out. Oh. For instance, observe the front of the face. Ladies, you might want to avert your eyes. Oh, that is quite the wound. Indeed, the damage to the facial area sticks out like an extra point on a pentagram. It'd be kind of nice to see the body. I guess, like, I don't know. It's kind of weird. This is the first one I've never actually been able to see, like, the body at all. I'm like, what exactly are they describing? So something happened to the front of his face? I thought he was hitting the back of the head, though. I was like, man, it would be kind of nice to see the corpse for this. These girls are crazy. And they say the best doctors make themselves redundant. Wait, no, that might have been for something else. Anyways, you are correct, ladies. The injuries did seem rather extensive. The wounds indicate that he might have collided face first with a relatively flat and hard surface at some point. Okay, so I guess like he got hit and then he fell down. I guess like he could have fell down the hardwood, or I guess they could have fell down from like the top of here maybe? That could be interesting. For instance, the assailant might have slammed Magnus's face on a bookshelf, probably with the help of some object. Okay, on a bookshelf. Interesting. An impressive feat given the state of the surroundings. Such a blow would have undoubtedly been difficult to land in the midst of a struggle. You're right, there is books scattered all over the place. Oh, thank you, big chunk of New World McDonald's. Phoenix grabs Big Mac out of the bag and slams it against the screen. Eat my love, indulge. He's such a weirdo. Thank you for the dono, appreciate ya. Oh yeah, I had an interesting idea for like, if Miyu became like a culprit in one of these cases. Cause she's like, I don't know, her whole like, kind of shtick so far has been the fact that she's like a robot and she can't feel emotions and stuff like that. I wonder, was there like was there like an inventor? I guess that blonde girl, wasn't her talent something kind of like that? It'd be kind of fucked up if somebody like programmed or like messed with her programming for her to kill somebody. That'd be like a really sad trial. I don't know, just a random thought. I don't think she actually did it this time, at least. I don't think she was in the seance or whatever, which is the main thing that's kind of limiting my culprits right now. But just a thought. You're right, there's books scattered all over the place. It definitely looks as if the victim struggled with the culprit. For the record, there doesn't appear to be any blood on these bookshelves. Okay, how about this? He was struck in the back of the head, right? So couldn't the wounds be from when he hit the ground face first? No, the wounds are suggestive of something involving a much greater degree of force. Interesting. He raises a fair point, though. How did the killer manage to land such a decisive killing blow in these circumstances? Signs of a struggle added to the evidence folder. Phoenix examination results added to the evidence folder. The victim was certainly found in an interesting state. Indeed, I wonder how the additional facial wounds apply to this intricate tapestry of a case. Your guess is as good as mine. Now, time to examine the area around the body. Wait, what? Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I take the shotgun ball? What? Are you kidding me right now? In a library? What the fuck? I take the shot put ball. Is this what killed the victim? Oh my god. Did he get run tar? What the fuck? That's weird. The winds are certainly consistent, yes. What the fuck is going on? But as I was saying earlier, the killer seems to have struggled with the victim. Surely a shot put of all things would be quite cumbersome to use. What the fuck? This is the same trial for V3? Holy shit. You're certainly right about that. I'd be eyeing you now, Blaze. What the fuck? However, this shot isn't that heavy. The fuck is Blaze saying during all that? Wait. Okay. I'm gonna be keeping an eye on you now, Blaze. Let's see. It might be big, but the size doesn't quite match up with the weight. Okay, unless it was like some kind of... I don't know. It's so weird because it's like, it really does seem like this game is connected to like canon, but then it doesn't at the same time. Because we really talked about a pianist and it was, you know, they were a guy. So I'm like, damn it, how does this connect? I think, was it that this took place like way later after the canon games or something? Like super future? I don't know. I can't remember. Oh, don't look at me like that. Natalia gave me the go-ahead since she couldn't find anything useful on it. So Nat's already examined the shot. In that case, do you mind if I weigh it? I could have done like a BDA where it's just like Rontaro's body, but they like Photoshop Magnus's head on it. Oh my god, there's the body. Why did he change outfits? Why does he have so much drip on now? Thank you, Ari. Let's make guacamole. Oh man, yet again. Thank you for the dono, appreciate you. Be my guest. She wasn't lying. This really is light for its size. Is that like is this just gonna be like something to like divert it? It'd be kind of interesting if somebody tried to like frame us for the murder, you know, like how Kaide committed the murder, but we didn't actually do it. I don't fucking know. Oh whoa, there we go. It's pretty damn heavy though. Shot put ball. Oh wait, so it is heavy. I thought he said it was lighter. It's light for its size, but still heavy. Okay. So it could have definitely killed them. Shot put ball added to the evidence folder. I thought when he was saying it was light, maybe it was like a fake. Hold on a second. Isn't that Eden's lucky horseshoe? Yeah, it is. Where'd you come from? Time and place, Blaze. Time and place. You need not ask. I switched trinkets with Magnus on the way back to our rooms. He agreed since both our trinkets are redundant and given our abilities. Redundant? Yeah, a great sidekick doesn't need to rely on luck. Heck, even a decent sidekick wouldn't need it. Right. So when the switch happened... It's okay, I saw it happen. My mind is like going, switch trinkets with Magnet on the way back to our rooms. Okay. They were just because they were redundant. Okay. Thank you, Lucky Cat 2703, Luna. But it's Kaede's lie. Thank you for the dono, appreciate you. I kind of forgot about the trinkets we got. Doesn't he rely on luck? It's kind of ironic that he got the lucky thing, then died right afterwards. It's okay, I saw it happen. You have my word. Yeah, whatever. That doesn't exactly inspire confidence with the Kamida sprite. But then there's the matter of the chain being torn off. Was it like this when you last saw it? Are you asking if I peddled damaged goods to the dearly departed? Perish the thought! Though from the way the lucky horseshoe was left strewn atop the victim's corpse, could a degree of ritualism not be inferred? Okay. I don't think it would be Akane who did it. I was like, who else likes rituals though? Would it be Levitica maybe? I think it's more likely to be a symbolism in this case. Still, what reason could the culprit have for tearing the chain off the amulet, then leaving the lucky horseshoe on top of the corpse? It really feels as though there's some kind of hidden meaning we're not yet grasping here. Lucky horseshoe, amulet, add to the evidence folder. Eden's testimony, add to the evidence folder. Before you leave, Blaze, there is one more thing. Oh? It's to do with the victim's spirit. Okay. Oh, why now of all times? Oh my god, is he talking to you? Did you try to do a thingy? Yeah, Blaze. The thingy. The technical term for it. And the thingy didn't happen to work. He's in hell, I tell you what. Perhaps my powers are waning. Though that's definitely a definite possibility. You're certainly a very capable psychic. I doubt you can write it all off as simple loss of spiritual power. So, do you mind if I take note of it anyways? Please do. Lack of seance, add to the evidence folder. And one last thing. Do you know who did it? Doing away with the formalities and cutting straight to the chase, are you? Unfortunately, I'm unable to sense malicious intent. So even if I were to read the killer's mind, you wouldn't be able to know that they did it. Exactly. Unable to sense malicious intent. That's really, Because I thought it was like, kind of seemed like a revenge thing, honestly. Because it was like, we got that story about like the plane crash, and then it seemed like somebody was charged for it, but then it seemed like the person that was charged and executed for it didn't actually do it. So I remember thinking that it had to be somebody, like the killer was probably gonna be somebody related to the person who got executed for it, and they were gonna try to kill somebody who, I don't know, like the tape that Monokuma, or I guess Kilmore Bear gave to us, you know, that, I don't know, I was thinking the tape would imply, like, who led to that person's, like, demise, and then they would want to get revenge or whatever. Exactly! I've been wondering about the quirk of yours, Eden. You say you cannot sense malice, but what if the killer were to commit the crime for a higher purpose? What then? After all, very few murders are the work of the irrevocably impure. Good question. Especially coming from one such as yourself. I thought you religious types weren't particularly fond of this type of logic. While it is true that murder is an act of unspeakable evil, one must not forget that the only true embodiment of evil, evil, why can't I speak today? Evil on this planet is the Antichrist. I have heard the confessions of many murderers in my time. Their souls may have been misguided, but I could fix them. For there was a precious little evil to cleanse. Interesting. Interesting thought process. This is surprisingly tense. Very well. To answer your question, my aversion to malice is rather exceptional. Even relatively minute amounts can make my predictions go haywire. You do well to remember that. Okay, so malice makes it to where she can't... I'm a little confused. Is that what she's saying? Like, if there's any malice, it makes her predictions go haywire. So there was malice in the killing, right? Am I interpreting that right? Oh, thank you, Dusparta. The Webster has blessed the day with a wonderful stream. Hope you're doing well. Much love to you. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for the dono, and thanks for stopping by the stream. Hope you enjoy it. You do well to remember that. Anyways, I shouldn't keep Virginia waiting. Holler if you need me, you hear? Something tells me there won't be a lot of investigating going on in that pair. You start to scan the surrounding area. And there looks to be everything. Wait, hold on. Is this a tape? Oh yeah, the tape. I was like, I don't think anybody, well, we haven't heard about anybody watching those yet. Allow me to verify something. I watched as Levitica pressed her face against the floor to scan under the bookshelf. As I thought. She reached her hand under and promptly pulled it out, an empty roll of tape in hand. How did you... No, I think she's saying she knows if there's malice in the air. Okay, I was a little confused, honestly. Oh, man. If you watched the trial, you wanted to deal with the mimicky minigames aren't as challenging compared to the second trial, which is more polished. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think I'm overall just kind of leaning towards doing the trial, because, yeah, the last couple of times I've voiced it kind of hurt from doing it. I mean, I've done a lot of streams where I've had to talk for a really long time, but I don't know, maybe I'm just getting older, you know, at my ripe age of 102. It's getting a little harder for me. I'm gonna turn on the fan in my room really quickly too. There we go. My room's always like too hot or too cold. It's never just right, man. A less learned person would have called it a flash of inspiration. But I know the feeling of divine guidance when I experience it, just as you cannot possess wisdom without experience. So too are you unable to have tape without a roll. I'm not quite sure how the comparison works, but whatever. A voice guided me in this matter. In order to understand a killer, you must become a killer. So for just a few short seconds, I became a killer. I see. Your explanations still sound an awful lot like normal logic and instinct to me. I believe you understand that to which I allude. If I, as the killer, wanted to be assured that I would not be detained with something on my person, would I not dispose of it at the scene of the crime? I suppose that's a fair enough conclusion. Small length of tape added to the evidence folder. Okay. Empty roll of tape added to the evidence folder. Let me kind of read these. Oh, interesting. Lack of small length of tape found next to the body of the head. The head found next to the head of the body. Measures just over 5 centimeters in length. The tape shows no sign of being torn. Empty roll of tape. Empty roll of tape found nearby underneath the bookcase besides the victim's body. Okay, I was thinking it was like, I don't know, a videotape or something. I wonder if there'd be some random tape just lying here. Perhaps it was used to gag the victim's mouth. While the killer resorted to torture. For one, it wouldn't make sense to tape someone's mouth if you were torturing them. If information was what you were after, at least. Well, I don't know, maybe they did it for fun. I suppose your logic stands. However, it would be folly to expect all answers to be provided by logic alone. Right. She does have an interesting point, though. This amount of tape would be barely enough to cover someone's mouth. It looks like this is about as much as we can get from the area around the body for now. I guess the next most logical thing to review is the means of escape from this room. Agreed. We walk towards the front entrance. Hey, would you look at that? School and scripture, the complete bundle, and the two most boring characters together. So I went from old to just being part of a package. We simply wish to examine the front door. I entreat you not to obstruct us in our sacred duty. Or what? There may be certain unpleasant consequences. Is she angry? So, is this the only way to enter and leave the room? Yeah, absolutely. And just kidding. There's also a vent on each side of the library. Oh, there's vents? Oh my god, I saw the killer vent. Thank you, Connor and Nolan. I'm not really sure what message you wrote, but thank you for the donation. That was your first super chat. Thanks. If it just got deleted randomly, you can just kind of type it in chat, and I can read it. But thanks for the donation. Appreciate you. Make sure you check them out after you're done examining the door, okay? Right. The hinges seem a little messed up. So Gramps isn't completely blind just yet. Yeah, nah, anger really doesn't help your wrinkly old face look any younger. But as for the door, you can thank Hunt for its new wrecked look. Oh, what exactly did Hunt do? Like, knock it down, I guess? I assume they went in and out through the vents, right? When everyone in the mansion detail was due to switch places, Hunt found out that the door was locked. So he called us all over to see if anybody was responsible. Things got pretty serious when he remembered that Virginia wasn't on mansion duty today. Oh, what fine form. I didn't expect him to just one-shot the door like that. Just kidding. So the door locked from the inside. And yep, it's one of those simple locks. You push a button from the inside, it locks. You turn the knob from the inside, it unlocks. That's pretty much all you can do when there's no keyhole. Seems awfully impractical. One more thing. Do you remember exactly what time it was when Hunt opened the door? Yep, that would be 12:01 p.m. Okay, so I think like the British girl and her friends, they came at like 12:15. Levitica, I think she came later, it was like 12:23 or something. Then Hunt was here first at 12:01. I mean, I think they probably just, you know, I guess they probably went in through the door with Magnus, killed him, then locked the door, left through the vents, right? So, I mean, I can't remember. I don't think they gave, it was kind of confusing when they were talking about it earlier. I wish I could look at the Monokuma file again. Or the Killmore Bear file. Is that what it's called in this game, now that I think about it? But, what was I going to say? I can't remember if it gave a time or not of death, but it kind of seemed like maybe they didn't, because based off of like the conversation at the beginning of the game, or the beginning of the stream, I mean. Yeah, that'd be 12:01. I see, you better take note of that. Library door, add to the evidence folder. 12:01. Wait, is this some kind of joke? No, why would I kid about something so serious? But that means... Oh, there was not but a minute gap between the murder and the discovery of the body. Yep, the mansion people sure look suspicious, don't they? Oh wait, that includes me. Ah, shit, that sucks. Why does he seem so pleased with himself about this? Hey, hold on a second. Where's your part? Yes. Mona, what are you doing there? She's drawing something. See, isn't she cute? Oh my god, I'm in love. If only we had crayons for times like this. Ah, idiot. But man, I can definitely relate to that feeling of wanting to slack off. I did a bit of that earlier today, after all. Oh, what do you mean by that? Forgive me, if I'm hasty in my assumptions, would you perhaps be talking about your mentioned designation? Oh man, looks like the fox is out of the bag. Yep, as much as I want to search, the idea of relaxing in front of an open fire was just too difficult to ignore. I spent the entire time just sitting there, staring at the wall. Good times. Oh, thank you, Dusk Sparta. Have you heard of Inescapable, No Rules, No Rescue? Yes, I have. I did a video covering it like a really long time, not like a really, really long time ago, but maybe like 6 to 12 months ago. I know there's been some new trailers that have released for it. I need to keep an eye on it. I think it's coming out in like fall of this year or something along those lines. But yeah, it looks really interesting. I'm always down for new like killing games. And that one is, they specifically note that they're inspired by Danganronpa and Zero Escape. So I'm excited for it. I spent the entire time just sitting there. Looks like we'll need to research the game room sometime later, properly. Zeke's testimony has been added to the evidence folder. I guess we should leave it to them. Indeed, it seems there's no merit to be found in further pursuing matters here. We walked over to the vents. Ah, Blaze, Levitica. Welcome. Hey, Alyssa. What have you and Pierce been up to? Just looking through the vents. I kind of thought she was the most suspicious, honestly, to be the culprit. Because she reported on the airplane thing. She seemed the most connected to it, you know what I mean? Or the person who was like most emotionally impacted by it, you know what I mean? And thank you, Shaihara. That's a cute name. Oh my god, thank you. Welcome to becoming an ultimate super high school level Mitch stan. Oh man. Thanks for becoming a member though, appreciate ya. Just looking through the fence. How's it going there, Pierce? Back to you, Pierce. I'll live. Who was Pierce again? Probably. And there, made it. Take that, Vent. Excellent work. I'll be sure to broadcast this the next time you go to air. As it turns out, it is 100% possible for someone to crawl through the vents. It's just a really tight squeeze. Interesting. So that makes 3 possible escape routes in total, both vents and the front door. But as we are aware, the front door was locked from the inside. Oh yeah, the Ace Attorney guy. That's who it was. I was like, who's Pierce? Phew, made it back. What a magical journey. Can't wait to try it again sometime. Indeed, the God of Bards thanks you for your patronage. I like your attitude. Shall we try out the other vent? She kind of gives me bad vibes. I was like, something about her. Maybe it was the whole thing with Miyu last time, but she's my primary suspect. I think, number 1, because she gives me bad vibes. Number 2, because she was connected to the plane crash thing. Shall we try the other vents? Let's go! Somebody's eager. Pierce would never do anything wrong in his entire life, because he's an Ace Attorney stan. So he's obviously a pure, perfect boy. We walked to the other side of the room, and watched as Pierce navigated his way through the vent. I miss Ace Attorney. I feel like every stream, I'm like, I miss Ace Attorney. Every time I see Pierce, I'm like, damn, I miss that game. Well, I would have offered. Huff, puff. I can confirm that both vents are equally tight fit. So they're about the same size. Oh yeah, how are the insides like? Very clean. Someone has been maintaining them well. Okay, so talking about the vents? Huh. But it seems like if he could fit through, I think most people probably would be able to. Interesting. State of the vents added to the evidence folder. It's like, who's like a clean freak and would want to clean it? Yeah, Lisa, do you happen to know when everyone arrived at the crime scene? Ah, Blaze. The faith you have in my memory is flattering. And in this case, I'm happy to report that it is not misplaced. Yes, I remember all. I've gone around and confirmed with a few people to make sure that this is right. Oh? First, Mona, Zeke, Pierce, Hunt, and Sigmund arrived on the scene. Elisa, she was with the British girl too, right? Okay, well, at least she's got, you know, the order of people, you know, in there. This was at 12:01 p.m., which is consistent with what Zeke told us. So he really wasn't kidding, huh? Telling the truth for once. Next up was you and Natalia. My sources tell me that this was 12:11 p.m. A whole 10 minutes after. The next group is easy. I came with Grace, Dash, Phoenix, and Florence. We got here at 12:16 p.m. So 5 minutes after me and Nat. Finally, Eden, Virginia, and you, Levitica, arrived at 12:23 p.m. So Levitica was correct after all. That's some amazing memory. Make whatever you will of this information. Okay, so it seems like, I think we did probably get a time. I just haven't seen exactly what time, the exact time of death was, but I'm assuming that it was like right before 12:01, because they said that like people entered literally right after the murder. So the reason that Elisa, the British girl, and the other people that were at the cafe were cleared is because they were all like too far away, basically. Did Miyu, she even mention Miyu? I don't remember her mentioning Miyu at all. I'm happy as long as it's helpful. Order if you arrived at the scene, added to the evidence folder. Well, you certainly have an eye for random details. It's because I became a journalist after all. Oh yeah, we've been meaning to bring something to everyone's attention. What's that exactly? A broom with a metal handle. I'm more of a woody broom person myself, if you know what I mean. What? What? No, I'm not gonna ask. I'm not gonna ask at all. No, I mean. Oh, this, just a bit of blood. Where did you find it exactly? It was right next to one of the vents. That's how I knew they'd probably be cleaned of dust. Why else do you think I'd happily go through them? He probably doesn't want to hear what I have to say about that. Hey, even someone like me could draw the line at getting dust in their cravat. Well, nice to see that he's self-aware. Dusty broom added to the evidence folder. It's probably time to check the area up the staircase. What are your thoughts on the broom, Levitica? I hate to play devil's advocate, but is it not equally likely that the previous user simply cut their hand while using it? Okay. Somehow I find that really hard to believe. I mean, a bloody object found in the same room that a murder happened. Surely it'd be reasonable to suspect that it's related to the crime. Isn't that right, Natalia? Nani? Oh god. Blazy-kun, Levitica-chan. Oh my god, are you gonna look over the kawaii evidence with us? When did you guys get here? Levitica and I are just wandering around, gathering as much information as we can. Indeed. Sometimes it is those who appear directionless that really have the greatest sense of direction. Well, I might not have put it that way, but the point stands. Oh, what a carefully crafted statement. Excuse me for a moment. She walks off. What's up with her? Of that, my mind is filled with nothing but uncertainty. Okay. She seemed okay until Sigmund showed up. Then he got like, just like, interesting. Is she sus him or something? She has been like that for a while now. I see. Whatever it is that's bothering her, I hope it's not too serious. Indeed. It just seemed like, yeah, her personality changed right when he came in, because she was talking all weeb beforehand. She seemed a bit better, at least. Nani? I guess she didn't really say too much, but still, I don't know. Would you like me to share some of the information we gathered so far on her behalf? Is it okay with you? But of course! One of the first things she noticed was the state of the handrail. Take a look, it is much better to see for yourself. And of course, he doesn't just tell us like a normal person would. Okay, so we're on the first floor right now, though we're really not that far off the ground. This seems to be where the staircase has taken us, yes. It does not appear to connect to the rest of the mansion's first floor, which basically means the library is just one big self-contained room. So the vents and the front door remain the only possible avenues of exit. An apt summary indeed! Clearly the owner of this estate had a well-placed fondness for literature. Now back to the matter of the handrails. I see. The entire right handrail is more pure than the blessed one's soul. And in contrast, the left handrail is dustier than the, desk god? Sure, whatever. I just make up this shit as I go. I shall overlook your ignorance just this once. just once. Clean handrail has been added to the evidence folder. In addition, the victim's body is almost directly below the right handrail. Perhaps he was pushed over the edge. Now, that probably would have resulted in a few additional wounds all over his body. Besides, there's a bookcase in the way. Ah, I see it now. The light fixture may also have complicated matters if someone was to be flung over the rail. Is it usual for them to be set this low? No, I'm pretty sure this is the lowest chandelier I've ever seen. Interesting, something with the chandelier again. Flung over the rail. Jesus. It's almost within touching distance from here. So they killed him upstairs, put him on the chandelier, then put him down there? Then what the fuck was the shot put ball for? They just chunk it at him? Beautiful, this coming together of minds. There can be no better feeling. Is that all the information you have to share? There is one more detail. When you are downstairs, go to the northeastern edge of the library. You'll find something interesting behind the painting of the bearded man. Oh, don't worry. I'll be watching. Okay, that's not really what I want to hear. I just kind of noticed, yeah, smile. I was thinking like a Cheshire cat, but it's literally like a Junko smile. I feel like, did she have a smile kind of like that? Like, super long like that? I feel like when she was doing like that, you know? You nevertheless oblige. Upon reaching the painting, or maybe it was her sister normally that had kind of that like smile that she did, you know, with like the super long, you know, mouth or whatever. Upon reaching the painting, I do feel like Sigmund's kind of sus too. Click. Huh? Mukuro. I don't know why I couldn't think of her name. I think some people call it Mukuro. Or pronounce it Mukuro. I've never known which was correct. You watch as a small hatch opens in the floor. How nice and foreboding. I guess we'll just have to... That is okay. I'm happy to go on behalf of both of us. What? But we don't know what's down there. That is why I'm volunteering. The Lord of Light shall guide my path. I'm not going to complain, but you sure, bestie? Certainly. Now, if you will just excuse me. She disappears down the hatch. A few minutes pass. I thank you for your patience. What would happen? Were there spiders? Please tell me there weren't spiders. There may have been a few. Ugh. Terrified of spiders, dude. Wait, how'd you get back to the library? Through the front door. It seems this is a secret passage. Oh my god, so another way to exit. Jesus. I was guided directly to the game room, at which point it was a simple matter of convenience to return to the library. So wasn't it Zeke who was in the game room before? Who else was he with? Like him and Hunt, I think. I can't remember who else, but they definitely seem to be prime suspects right now. Do you mind telling me how it was like so I can jot down a few more notes? Certainly. Secret passage has been added to the evidence folder. Oh, Natalia, are you okay to talk now? Hi, sorry about earlier. I just wanted to double check something. Diane. I see. Like, it really did seem like it was Sigmund that, you know, made her start acting weird, but I don't know. You really had me worried there, Nat. Unless she realized something else while we were talking. Come in. What is the nature of the something that you wish to check? I was just confirming where everyone was at the time of the crime. It just seems like the obvious thing to do. Oh, Zeke was supposed to be in the game room. That's what it was, but he was somewhere else, like staring at the wall. Does this mean you're also suspicious of the people who didn't have search duty at the time? I mean, the only reason you'd bother with this is if you thought the possibility exists. I'm certainly not ruling it out myself, but given the circumstances... Hi, I know what you mean. The circumstances definitely point directly towards the people on the mansion duty at the time. The 2-minute leeway between the time of death and the discovery of the body makes things especially tricky. However, I still think it's better to be thorough so that we'll have the information on hand if we need it. That's certainly fair enough. There was also a certain someone who I needed to interrogate. A certain someone? Oh! You don't mean... It's me! She does mean! And good on her! This information may have never been released to the public if it wasn't asked for! What information? Oh, is the fact that the killer received 2 items from my arsenal of murderous goods. The fact that one of them was the shot put. Or perhaps the fact that the other was a rare, limited edition invention. Who can say? Oh, what's this? Call it a hunch, if you will, but I had a feeling the logistics of this case would have been impossible without a bit of outside intervention. Aw, guilty as charged. Wait a second, isn't this a bit unfair for the spotless? Oh, whatever. Life is unfair, my dear teacher. Let me teach you things now. Besides, what harm is there in making murder as easy to commit as possible? What is life without a bit of death? Oh! Does this mean that anyone could obtain any item they want from you at a whim? Oh, if only. Nope, these items are only to be used for crimes. I've always made enough exceptions. Oh, forget I said anything. Oh. We watched as he retreated back beneath the floorboards. That last part sounded awfully cryptic. What did he say? Already made enough exceptions. Items only to be used for crimes. Can't be using the shot put for shot put. Disgusting. For now, though, I should probably take note of what he has said. Kilmore Bear's testimony. Add to the evidence folder. I should probably go back to Sigmund. He must be wondering where I am. I looked up and saw Sigmund waving back down at us. He already seems to know. But Natalia's already left. That's strange. Something's definitely up with her. I am concerned for her well-being. She is quite sus, yes. She is clearly encumbered with the burden of a heavy heart. Has she been talking to you about it? Perhaps. Perhaps not. I can't tell if I think Natalia did it or not. I don't think so. She kind of gives me, like, I don't know. I feel like her personality and design so far is like a mixture of Kyoko and Sayaka. But I feel like she's going to be more of a Kyoko character than a Sayaka based off of, like, her talent and stuff. And how else am I going to do weeb talk if she's not here? Oh, thank you, Shaihara. I have to get back to work now. Y'all have a good day and happy streaming. Oh, thanks so much for the super chat. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a good rest of your day at work. Perhaps, perhaps not. Speaking person to person, though, I do not think it is a problem for a mere missionary to solve. Oh, hey, what's with the serious face? There's no need to look so glum, you know. I mean, the class trial is just right around the corner. We all are about to die, you know, considering how stupid we are. My time with Dash has taught me a valuable lesson. Oh, yeah, I think she was the coffee shop, too, right? Oh, wait, crap, I missed that. If he can feign happiness while suffering coffee withdrawals, then I swear I'll face the prospect of a class trial with a smile. Oh, wait, isn't she? She's always in the vents. Oh. She's kind of sus then, isn't she? Config. Oh, wait. Wrong thing. I want to look at the evidence, because it seemed... Well, there was also the trap door or whatever. Why is there so many different ways to enter this building? To enter this freaking room. It's not helping me narrow down stuff at all. Order if you arrived at the scene. Grace, Dash, Phoenix, Florence, and Elisa. Yeah, they were all together, so it should clear her of suspicion since she was there, and we were talking about that earlier, but she is the vent girl, so that is a little suspicious. Kind of makes me feel like you might be the murderer. I feel like her and Elisa now are like my prime suspects. Isn't one of them much more serious than the other, though? You'd better be talking about the withdrawal. Oh, Dash! Yay! Welcome back, little gremlin. Very good, sir. I simply cannot thank this gentleman enough for what he has done for me. There's no need. I was planning to do a bit of running no matter what today. Such fine commitment to your schedule. My cafe could use more men like you. I suppose we should get them both caught up on what happened while they were gone. Agreed. You probably get Dash and Hunt caught up on the goings on. This information. A sir and ma'am saying that I'm innocent then. After all, I was far from the mansion to have committed the crime. Natalia thinks we shouldn't jump to any conclusions just yet, though. Okay, so maybe she's on to that. Because I don't know, I do think Grace is kind of suspicious just because of her old, character shtick. But Dash was with the other cafe people when the Bottery discovery announcement went off. Are you saying there might have been a way to get to the cafe from the mansion in just 2 minutes? I'd be inclined to agree, but only if it involves coffee. Yeah, I don't think coffee like that exists just yet. Is it really Grace who did it? Because didn't she... It was me and her who had like the scene in the coffee house where like she took some coffee, or was it Florence who took the coffee and got all hyper and like was able to like run really fast? Is it really gonna be like the coffee made them able to run fast enough to like... It became like the Flash. It got to the library, then killed, and then came back. I don't think coffee like that exists just yet. There was some weird thing with the coffee, though. I think you're forgetting something more obvious, Dash. I feel like normally I'd rule that out, but I feel like this game is so goofy so far. I'm not going to. Since there were several of us in the cafe at the time, I'm sure we can all vouch for each other's alibi. Okay, it was Florence then. I couldn't remember if it was Florence or Grace. I thought she was in that scene too, but maybe she just like stopped by. Apologies, Grace, but I may have spent a little bit of that time asleep. I see. I'll just double check with everyone else then. But I know I definitely saw you. Your demeanor. Is something worrying you, dear lamb? Who? Me? It's just... so sad, isn't it? I mean, this all happened so suddenly. 1 minute, Magnus was our friend. He was alive. The next, he's become a little more than a thing. He's not our friend anymore, but just a victim. Something about that doesn't sit... Oh no, dude. The way she's talking about it's kind of fucked up. More than a thing, he's basically a piece of shit now. Oh god, poor Magnus. Truly not our friend anymore. I don't know, I feel like that's kind of disrespectful to say it like that. I'm sus of her. I think she did it. I'm more sus of her now than I am of Alyssa. The way she's calling him like a thing. I feel like that's still kind of fucked up. You still refer to him as like a person. He's not just an object now. He was still a living human being. I don't know. I think she's sus. He's not our friend anymore. Fuck that guy. But just a victim. Something about that doesn't sit right with me. Though we had only known each other for a very short time, he was kind to me. Sure, he could be a bit dismissive at times, but I just know that he was a good person at heart, and now he's no more worth anything than a light bulb. Why? Why did he have to die? Surely none of us would be driven to kill, just by a desire to escape. So what could be the reason? After all, we don't even know each other. I thought you said he was our friend, girl. Story's changing all of a sudden. I don't know. I feel like just the way she's saying it just kind of makes it seem like it's an act. That's just me. Such is life, comrade. Miyu seemed to agree with the sentiment. She thought that the scene of Magnus's death deserved to look a little more dignified at least. Miyu, do you mind if I take down that little detail, actually? Do you think it is relevant to the crime? It seems more like an important moment in the development of her AI. It's more for sentimental value. I see. Very well, then. Grace's testimony has been added to the evidence folder. It's like, okay, technically he's like a corpse now, but still it'll be like, comparing to like an object, just kind of seems fucked up. Just double checking. Is it really okay for her to be moving things around the crime scene like this? I don't know, I think she's sus. Thank you, big chunk of New World McDonald's. I actually remember Makoto saying a similar thing. Oh, really? I don't remember that. Huh, I guess it's been a while since I played the first game. Thanks for the dono, though. We were told it should be fine, since a few other people had already finished making notes on the state of the room. Then you're messing with the evidence. Now I'm just trying to find reasons to suspect her. I'm just doubling down since the chat's like, no, Weeby, she's not that bad. I'm like, no, she did it. Not like we'll be able to bring the room with us to court. Fair enough. Preservation isn't entirely essential, I guess. By the way, do you know where she is right now? If I recall, she's meant to be your partner. Oh, she's pretty close by. Don't worry. Hey, Miyu! You hear the sound of movement nearby. Yes, Grace. Once again, I must thank you for granting me my leave of absence. I just felt it essential to recollect my thoughts. No worries, Miyu. Besides, you didn't even need to ask. I'm your partner, not your master. Right you are. Thank you. Was there anything you wanted to ask her? Wait. I didn't think this far ahead. Can you tell me what you were doing at the time of the murder? Natalia has you down as being outside the mansion. That is correct. Why is your alibi so suspicious, Mew? I don't want to suspect you. I have grown increasingly fond of trees as of late. I was just alone in the vicinity of the murder with nobody to back up my testimony. The shade they provide seems to be uniquely suited for the performance of some of my functions. And you like the mansion's trees in particular? Yes, they appear to be particularly well maintained. To you humans, perhaps the experience would be akin to a relaxing day at the beach. So I stayed under one of them for the entire time. The entire time? Yes, from the time we dispersed from the cafeteria to the time Magnus's body was discovered. This seems worth noting at least. Don't got nobody to back you up, girly? No one whatsoever? Don't make me mistrust you. Looks like everyone's whereabouts at the time the body was discovered have been accounted for. Miyu's testimony has been added to the evidence folder. Locations when the body was discovered added to the evidence folder. Anyways. Uh-oh, here we go. Bing, bong, bing, bong. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for what you've all been waiting for. Please assemble at the school gates. Oh, God, I can't wait to see you there. Oh. So it's time, huh? And for a bear, he's surprisingly troll. Of course, he'd make us walk all the way back. Ew, exercise. I'm a gamer. What is this trash? Let's just get it over with. Everyone walked back to the school in silence. All that is. What was that always there? Or is my arch nemesis deceiving me? Probably your arch nemesis. Don't listen to her. Not the time, Virginia. A sigh. Without saying a word, Mona passed out a sheet of paper to everyone present. What's this? A floor plan of the mansion. Figured it might be useful for the class trial. Okay, cool. Floor plan added to the evidence folder. We all have our own parts to play, after all. Indubitably, comrade. Your efforts shall not be forgotten. Oh, you've even color-coded a few things. Take the library staircase, for instance. Is the arrow green to show that it doesn't connect to the mansion's second floor? Yeah. The vents are tiny, though. Please buff. The stick figure seems a tad morbid. I don't even know what he's laughing at half the time. I'm like, I guess I just don't have a dirty enough mind. But at least everyone's talking again. Was this Mona's intention? This just in, 16 brave souls stand poised to enter the maw of probable death. What fate awaits them in this dark and unforgiving pit? Tune in the next bulletin to find out. Okay. Okay, wow, that was pretty quick for the investigation. Cool. Let me get the YouTube. Hit the YouTube up. Okay, I might have to mess with the screen a little bit. Or mess with the thing a little bit. Let me look at this. Actually, I think that's fine. Yeah, I think it's good enough. Cool. I guess we can just start then. Let me exit out of this. And then I'll probably just have to mess with the audio and y'all can let me know if it's good. But yeah, I went ahead and already got it pulled up since I want to just go ahead and, have everything ready. Okay, let's see. Yeah, chapter 1, The Truth Lies. Class trial. This does seem to, connect to V3 in a weird way, though. Call it Truth and Lies talk. Definitely makes me feel a certain type of way. Let me know if that's good for the volume. Let me see, is this HD? Okay. Says it is. Silence, and even more silence still. Occasionally I'd become dimly aware of the whirring sound of the elevator as we were plunged deeper and deeper into the bowels, the bowels of the school. What a poetic way to describe that. Our prison. When we stepped in, it was as if our reality of our situation had dawned on us, and nobody dared to even speak. It's kind of quick. ... All it would take is one. One mistake, one successful misdirection, and everything that happened until now would have been for naught. No sooner had I thought that. Brrr! Is it still kind of quiet? A whirring sound snapped me out of my solemn reverie. The door swung open and we obediently stepped out. Oh! Oh! Boop, 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 boop! Welcome to Judge Gilmore's specifically designed courtroom! Please make yourselves at home! Come on, people! What happened to all that pep that you had from before? Don't get scared now. Whatever. We didn't really expect to rely on him at all anyways. Hey, Dash. Now's not the time to go AFK. Gamer lingo, in case you don't know. We need to be there for the next team fight. Just kidding. Only need to be there. Only I need to be there. I bet you get what I mean. So, this is what it's come to. We've fallen so low that Zeke has become the voice of motivation. Well, I was more than happy to speak, but it hardly seems prudent given the circumstances. Why exactly wasn't it prudent? What I plan to say, of course, is a time and place for everything, including the things that are more... candid. Yes. So is everyone prepared for the trial? That is, none of us need to go to the bathroom. She briefly glanced at me. Or, dispose of any excess oil. Just want to be considerate, you know. Oh, crap. Oh, wait, let me, It's like a little fast. It's like, man, it's a little fast, and this is 2 hours? I just need to go to the bathroom. At least she's being inclusive. That's nice of her. Or, dispose of any excess oil. Scanning. It is most kind of you to consider my needs, Grace, but you have my assurances. I can take care of myself this trial. Grace, my dear, are you quite all right? Why are you asking? You seem a little on edge, bestie. If I didn't know any better, I'd presume that this place reminds you of somewhere else. Somewhere even less pleasant. That is... That's enough, ladies and gentlemen. No more lore discussion. We have more pressing matters to deal with right now. My shoelaces appear to be untied. Yes, that was the matters I was talking about. He bent over muttering something about his freaking arch nemesis. Yep, we're doomed. But at least most of us are talking again. A definite sign of progress, wouldn't you agree? Mona, I can understand, but Natalia... So I wasn't just imagining things during the investigation. She's definitely acting out of character. I wonder if she knows more than she's letting on. Yeah, I don't think it's her. They're making it like way too obvious if it is her, like acting weird just right before the trial. She definitely seems to know something. Oh God, is she supposed to be like the Saihara? She's supposed to, God damn it, she like noticing that I did it somehow. I just remembered that because that's how it was with V3. Sahara was acting all weird and I started suspecting him, but then it was just because he knew that I did it. God damn it. Oh, I am. Oh, Kilmore, when did you arrive on the scene? I never left. Damn, I'm really not used to being ignored. Perhaps I need a little more presence. Oh, I gotta get bigger. I think I prefer the previous model. Get the fat model! Whether I change is completely up to you! Make sure you behave like good little world candidates, and I think you'll find the trial to be just fine. Well, chop chop! Daylight's burning! Not that you can tell down here. Whenever you're ready, make sure you stand behind the podium with your name on it. Come on, don't be shy. Okay. The slight shuffle of activity, everybody obliged. Even now, I can hardly believe what had just happened. Okay, so I think Blaze, Grace, and what's her face? Blaze, Grace, and Elisa are the biggest candidates, honestly. I think they're the biggest suspects so far. Even now, I can hardly believe what had just happened. And thank you, big chunk of New World at McDonald's. Me praying that Phoenix didn't slay. I think he's okay. I think he's too stupid to slay, to be honest. Honestly. Magnus is dead. No, not just dead. Murdered. And his killer is someone standing in this very room. No, I can't believe it. I refuse to believe it. Yet all that I was faced with was this inescapable truth, say with only one way out. It was thus that this life-death trial, billowing with hope and despair, finally began. Do you know rap? Come on, do the rap song. Damn it! Why don't they rap anymore? Life and death and life, life and hope. Error. More gold is needed for this upgrade. Current economic outlook, grim. I just like somebody else kind of like playing through this. Are they doing mean? Continue to kind, enable mean difficulty, confirming. Ah yes, you know that's me. I'm just gonna, you know guys, totally me playing. I'm gonna be playing on the hardest difficulty, you know, because I am a gamer, just like Zeke, just like my boy Zeke, except I'm better. Except I'm a real gamer, unlike him. Class trial in session. Life and death, death and death, death and life. Just stop trying, Weeby. See, that wasn't so hard, was it? Oh, hey, here we go, some evidence. Victim died at exactly 11:59 a.m. from severe blunt trauma to the back of the head. The corpse was found in the library. Okay, yeah, it was literally 11:59. Damn, that was really right when they found the body. As at 11 a.m., none of the clocks had been tampered with. Okay, so as of 11 a.m., none of the clocks been tampered with. Oh my god, 21 pieces of evidence? Oh my god, no wonder this trial's 2 hours long. In the mansion, there is a fixed clock in the game room, lounge, servants' quarters, library, and dining hall. The area around the victim was in a state of disarray, with books having been thrown off their shelves. I'm not really sure I totally understand how the clocks play into it. Somebody messed with the clocks when, like, the murder happened? Was it to make it seem like it happened right after it was discovered, but not? I don't know if we really, like, went super in depth on that. The Kilmore Bear file is accurate. Moreover, injuries on the front side of the victim's face indicate that after being struck, they may have collided with another surface. Due to extensive nature of the head injury, this is the extent of the information that can be gleaned. Fucking shot ball. I hate you, shot ball. Fuck you. Fuck you, shot ball. A metal. Oh, hey, I think that might be the same blood splatter I use. The same, like, royalty-free blood splatter I use in my thumbnails all the time. Oh my god, you're there too. Nice. I love using that stuff in my thumbnails. A metal shot, likely used as the murder weapon in this case. Though still quite heavy, the shot put is reasonably light relative to its size. Found draped on top of the victim's corpse. In a possible symbolic gesture, the chain has been torn off. At least, you know, I mean, Blaze is, like, cool and stuff, but, like, I love Kaide a lot more, so. At least this time I won't be that upset if Blaze does it. I'm not gonna cry, at least. The chain has been torn off. You know, this is, if it was real Blaze, I would cry, but, you know, this Blaze in the game, it's like, you know, I mean, he's cool, I guess, but I just want Kaide back. Since Magnus and I both had redundant trinkets, we decided to switch. A dusty broom found at the... Okay. What's so quick for that one? Dusty broom found at the scene of the crime. It has a distinctive metal handle caked in blood. For some reason, Eden was unable to produce a seance, no matter how hard she tried. New signal found. Found next... I might just do this instead of trying to, like, make the timing work. Found next to the head of the body. Measure is just over 5 centimeters in length. The tape shows no sign of being torn. I wonder what that was used for. Empty roll of tape found underneath the bookcase beside the victim's body. Locked at the time the body was discovered and forced open at 12:01 p.m. It is impossible to lock the door from the outside. I recognize that blood splatter too. I used it a lot for the Hunger Games. I love how we all just use the same, the same exact blood splatter and just tint it pink. I always use that same exact blood splatter. I have like that one and then like one other one that I just kind of like will layer on top of it sometimes, like change it up. I stayed in the game room from 11:30 a.m. onwards, warming myself in front of an open fire. Oh my god, it was so cozy. That's when I killed Magnus. But that's just a theory. Oh my god, Luna, no. Thank you for gifting memberships. Oh gosh. Is it back? Is the spree back? I love your new icon too. It's so cute. But thank you so much, Luna, for stopping by. State of the vents. There were 2 vents in the library, with one located on either side of the room. Both are relatively small and were just big enough for Pierce to fit through. Clean at the time of the investigation. Mansion detail. Okay, so 1201 was Blaze and Natalia. 1211 was Grace, Dash, Phoenix, Florence, Elisa. 1216, Eden, Levitica, Virginia. And then Miu just never saw the body, I guess, because she never got mentioned. Everybody rushed over as soon as they heard the body announcement go off. Dusty broom found at the scene. Okay, I guess that's why it was so fast last time. On the 2nd floor, the entire section of the handrail overlooking the location of the body has been cleared of dust. Oh yeah, is that from V3 too? I think that was like the chapter 5 area. The opposing side remains dusty and untouched. A bookcase stands directly under the handrail with low-hanging chandelier just in front. Located between the library and the game room with creaky floorboards and paper-thin walls, any noise made within could easily be heard from the outside of the mansion. Kilmore bears testimony. The killer received 2 items from my arsenal of murderous goods. One of them was the shotgun ball left in the library for use, and the other was a prototype, one of its kind, limited edition, invention. Since every person is only entitled to ask for 2 items per murder, the killer is unable to ask for more items. Aw, so sad. Only 2 items? How are they supposed to murder with that? After seeing the state of the library, Miu insisted on tidying up the books. She did this by carrying the books back 2 at a time, one in each of her hands. Okay, so it was Miu who's the one who was messing with the crime scene. Interesting. Oh, thank you, Big Chunk of New World, McDonald's. And thank you, Yuki Sim, for the other membership. And congrats to Curse One, Lord of Cats, for becoming a member. You're so sweet, Luna. Thank you. Appreciate that. She says by carrying the books. Why was she cleaning? Damn it, that's making me suspicious too. Is she the one who cleaned the vents as well? Since I was not scheduled to search the mansion at any point in the day, I spent some time recalibrating my emotional discernment simulator underneath a tree to the north of the manor. I went straight here when we left the cafeteria and stayed until I heard a commotion coming from the library. Man, she doesn't have anybody like to vouch for her either. I hate it. That's all. Love y'all. Oh, thank you so much, Luna. You're so sweet. I'm sure everybody really appreciates the donos who got the, donos too. Or the memberships, I mean. But thank you. You're so nice. Okay, looking at the map. The map. It's the map. I've just been playing so much. Just like binged Amanda the Adventurous. I'm gonna have like Dora the Explorer song stuck in my head. See, that wasn't so hard, was it? Oh, how I've missed this feeling. Idiot, just get on with it, will you? Oh, you're feisty, I'll give you that. Let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial rules. As you all know, the Blackened is hiding among you. If you guys find him, then he alone will be punished. But if you pick the wrong... I feel like I've read this. God, I wonder how many times I've read the intro of the class trials. I'll punish everyone besides Blackened! A person learned the right to leave the school! Whoa! My auditory process is malfunctioning. It sounded as though you identified the culprit as a male. Oh. I just knew the culprit couldn't be female. What the fuck? Did he really? I was just like going through it fast like normal because I was like, man, I've had to read this thing so many times. Blackened is hiding among you. If you guys find him, what the fuck? Did you just spoil us, Monokuma? I love how like almost a vast majority of my suspects were female too. Wrong, Weeby! I'll punish everyone besides the Blackened, and then he'll have to leave this school or some shit. My auditory processes. I guess it could still be Miu, because like Miu is kind of like technically like non-binary, I think. I think like most people refer to her as like she, her, but I think she said she was fine with like any pronouns really. It sounded as though you just identified the culprit as a male. Can somebody ban Monokuma from chat? He's spoiling. I just knew the culprit can be female. It's just gonna be like some Mitch shit though. The whole time. Well, I don't know. I guess if Monokuma said it, it has to be true. Call it a delightfully devilish hunch, if you will, with a little bit of personal experience thrown in. Personal experience. Oh! I'm just fucking with you guys. I did it on purpose, Mr. Kane. Sense of judgment. Congratulations. Weeby failed. Really? It sounded more like you reused your voice clips from the last killing game. Oh my god. What? How dare you? Are you accusing me of cost cutting? I'll have you know that we're running on a very high budget. It's practically a blank check. You're not fooling anybody with that diatribe, you know. We have a way bigger budget than Despair Time, okay? Okay, fine. Stop it. Stop it. I love how the Despair Time mascot, he's always talking about how bad the budget is. Okay, you win that round, sheesh. But the war has only just begun. So, do you guys plan to start anytime soon? I don't have all day, you know. And yes, the killer could be male, female, or anything in between. Do you think I'd really narrow it down for you like that? I like you all, but not that much. Oh, drat. It would have been nice to get a freebie on the side. Okay, so at least my suspects are still there. Freebie. Hey guys. Hey guys. What should we talk about first? Ahem. Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Gentor. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Hey, stop sidetracking me! My sincerest apologies, comrade. It just slipped out. Anyways, I submit that we start by outlining the basic facts of the case. We can then see where to go from there. Oh my god, he's Phoenix writing. Well, I'll be. You're much more dependable than you seem, Pierce. Hey! What do you mean, then I seem? I may have moments, but I'm still the ultimate lawyer. If it pleases the court, that concludes my submissions. Submission. Okay, I got that one. Allow me to lend my voice to Pierce's suggestion. Let us start by putting all the basic facts forward. It's a staple of teaching to ensure that all my students understand everything, after all. I almost forgot what we looked like. I hadn't seen him in so long. Oh, congratulations, Ari, for the membership. Oh, that's awesome. And thank you, Melodious Alien, for gifting a membership. Appreciate you. That's super nice of you. Oh, is that how you view us? Well, it's okay. A platonic relationship is the best relationship, comrade. Just start the game already, God. Yes, let us proceed at once. I want to play a mini game. I suppose we don't have a choice, do we? Okay, I guess we just watch the people play. It's time for another episode of Narrator and Friends. It seems you've been prompted to the tutorial department. In a class trial, there'll be different segments where arguments are presented and then challenged. The bread and butter segment is known as a non-stop debate. I'm kind of curious to see how they implement that in this. In non-stop debates, the flow of the argument passes from candidate to candidate. This should familiarize veterans who have read the original fanfic. Argument threads can be challenged, appear as orange text, while affirmative arguments appear in blue. When you notice a statement of interest that you can combine with a truth bullet, make sure you click the statement itself. You will be prompted to select a supporting or contradictory evidence from the list of truth bullets. The bullets themselves will appear as a list before the non-stop debate commences and pop up again at the end. However, you will not be able to see them in the heat of discussion. Because realism. So make sure you remember them. Another thing to be wary about. You will lose influence the moment you click on an incorrect statement. So ensure that you are absolutely certain of your choice beforehand. When your influence drops to 0, you will automatically lose. For this trial, you will start with 100 influence. And shock hard! The status bar on the top right of the screen displays your influence. My clout! Why didn't they name it clout, though? I love Year to Die. I miss Year to Die, dude. We need an update for that game, too. I love how they put it. They put it as clout in that game. Try not to be influenced by it. Now, depending on the context of the discussion, influence strain can be high or low. In most cases, the correct response will lose you 10 influence points. Unless you're playing on hard mode, and if you are, how delightfully masochistic of you. Note that successful clearing a segment will marginally blah blah blah. This is your only way of recovering lost influence. I don't know if I should really be reading this, honestly, since I'm not actually playing it. You know, the thing, hearty laughter. Other than my undying respect, because I think the mini games in the second one are actually different. There are currently no rewards for finishing the class trial with high influence or whatever. However, you do get a grade and bragging points. It's kind of Danganronpa tradition to get a grade at the end of every class trial. However, the grade will be rather inaccurate if you were to example load cheat dep. But you wouldn't do something so underhanded. Would you? Never! Sounds easy so far. Great to hear. We're close to finishing. For the purposes of this visual novel, non-stop debates will generally pan out at least. In other words, most of the time you have to listen to everybody's arguments at least once before cycling through them again. Yeah, I'm watching the video because I heard that there was voice acting in it, but I haven't heard any of the voice acting yet. Hopefully it'll show up soon, though. Hopefully. It's kind of the cross-examination. It's kind of like the cross-examination Phoenix Wright. Very civil, am I right? Certainly beats slicing and dicing your way through your opponent's words and refuting their arguments when you're barely letting them speak. Now, there's even more to the non-stop debate, of course, and it has many variants. But patience, young grasshopper. They shall be revealed in time. Now, before I leave, get this. There's rumors afoot of a shortcut to the backlog. What was it? Mouse wheel up, right click, something like that. I also thought I'd pass on a message from my superiors. I'm not sure if I should just, because the trial already started, but I don't hear any voices, so I'm kind of like, should I just play the game? I already downloaded it, but yeah. See if they can make multiple copies in case something goes wrong. Oh, please. The voice acting was in chapter 2. Ah, really? So it's not in the chapter 1 trial? I don't know. Maybe, should I? At least you don't have to spend, we're both spending 10 plus minutes on a single mini game. Yeah, that's true. I'll probably just stick with the video. Oh, please, if there's anything wrong with ... Well, aren't you glad you listened all the way to the end? Good luck and have fun. Non-stop debate. Start. Truth bullets. Kill more. Shot put ball. Secret passage. Laying the foundations. Okay. What were they again? Okay, skip. Okay. Oh, the non-stop debate looks pretty good. Okay. Truth bullets. Kill more. Shot put. Secret passage. Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow members of the jury. It is time for us to start our submissions. We know that Magnus was killed in the library. He died from blunt force trauma when he was struck in the back of the head. Severe blunt force trauma. I wonder what he means. Maybe he was hit extra hard. Like a golf ball on a windy day? Interesting. Please refrain from such detestable imagery. Very good, sirs and ma'ams. And on top of that, Magnus died some unspecified time between 11 and 12. Your Honor. Please add all of that to the record. I think Dash is wrong, right? Didn't they get like a very specific time? It was like 11:59 a.m. or whatever. We've only just started, but there's already a gaping contradiction. Time to hit the ground running and correct it for the benefit of everyone. Okay, we can speed up, I guess, so when he does it. Call submissions! Magnus killed in the library. Blunt force trauma, that's true! What piece of evidence contradicts this? Yeah, the Kilmore file. No, that's wrong! Ah, sir. Was the testimony not to your liking? I'm afraid not, Dash. What you said just blatantly... What you said just blatantly contradicts the facts. After all, the Kilmore file specifically states the time of death, down to the minute. What? I don't know how to read. Give me a break. Give me a second. With a flourish, Dash pulls out his file. Ah, right you are. My apologies. I wasn't able to check the file properly because of my physical and mental state earlier. Speaking of which, could we perhaps finish the trial relatively soon?
Hang in there, Dash. It'll be over before you know it.
Hey, that's my line.
So you're saying you didn't know about the specific time of death because you didn't check the file properly, and then no one bothered to update you on it because it was assumed knowledge. I hate it when that happens. And I've thought that a time interval would have been more appropriate. 11-12 seemed more natural at the time. I'm getting a strange feeling of deja vu. I know, right? Hey, Kilmore, what's the deal with the oddly specific time of death?
Oh, it's a secret!
Which means it's important. Let us not ignore the elephant in the room any longer. We can learn a lot from the time of death. You need to compare it with with one other piece of evidence. Well, it's more of a compilation.
A piece of evidence that's more like a compilation. Hey, just thought I'd quickly interject here, as you soon find out this trial is routinely punctuated by make your choice segments. Unless otherwise stated, this means you're being prompted to, I don't know, I'm still like, should I just load the trial and then do that? I'm pretty sure it's just asking me to pick this. I was like, I think I know the answer too. It's the list of, you know, when everybody discovered everything, right? You get more of an understanding without the minigames confusing you. Are the minigames not very good in the trial? They don't seem bad so far. I see. It seems pretty normal. You're talking about the time that passed between Magnus's death and discovery of the body, aren't you? No, don't say it. Of course you are.
Incredible! Yes, all in all, the killer had a mere 2 minutes to flee the scene after killing the victim. A most peculiar conundrum, wouldn't you agree?
In other words, the ancient people are highly suspicious. Who was on duty at that time?
Let's see. I was in charge of the laboratory. Pierce and Mona had the trophy room. And infirmary. Then there was Zeke, who was in the game room, and Hunt, who was tasked with searching.
Yeah, because it'd be kind of nice. It'd be kind of nice to play the game just because then I wouldn't have to, like, I think the rebuttals are a bit funky, but that's about it. Okay. I'm already, like, 20 minutes in, though, so I'm like, I don't know. It's mostly just because, like, the video goes so freaking fast.
Who was tasked with searching the servants' quarters? And, of course, Magnus had the decidedly fatal duty of searching the library.
Now that's some astonishing memory. You ever consider becoming a secretary?
But of course, I'm not finished. Let's see. At 11 a.m., Levitica was in charge of the dining hall, while Hunt was right next to the door in the kitchen, with Florence watching from the pantry. Meanwhile, Natalia searched the sitting room with Grace right next to the door in the lounge, who was herself next to Pierce in the game room. Now, as for 10:30 a.m.
Thank you, sir. As far as servant size go, I do believe that was more than generous.
Quite right. Now, you can't see it on Mona's floor plan since it only covers the first floor. The laboratory, trophy room, and infirmary are all adjacent to each other. So to preempt any baseless accusations, Pierce had a wonderful idea.
My learned friend speaks the most flattering words. Yes, we decided to keep our doors open so that we could monitor each other. All at my behest, of course.
I must say, Pierce, first the investigation, now this. You're really fond of this morning business, aren't you?
These idiots can tell you I had nothing to hide. So you can stop looking at me. Did any of you three see anything strange or suspicious while you were searching the first floor? Anything at all? You mean other than Pierce behaving like a complete weirdo? You promised not to tell anyone! What were you doing? Your Honor, please strike that from the record! Oh, what's going on? Sorry, I tuned out on account of how boring this whole thing is. This trial will be the death of me.
Why?
Because you're the killer? No, Pierce is too innocent. Are you trying to lead me into confessing? Groot.
Allow me to summarize what just happened. We just learned that Sigmund, Mona, and Pierce have alibis for their search designations. So from 11:30 to 12.
Oh, well, Aha, I figured it out! What if Magnus was attacked beforehand, then died slowly over time from his injuries? There's already precedent for this from the last killing game, which... with the tranquilizer darts. Okay, so that was a part of the last killing game. Surely an equally revolutionary mechanism is at play here. While I agree at face value, it seems a hidden mechanic was at play here. I do not think it affected the cause of death. Are you not inclined to agree, Florence?
Right you are. Those were some pretty considerable injuries.
Indeed. Dying slowly from such severe blunt force trauma. I don't think so. If you saw the state his skull was left in after the attack, you'd know he died from instant death. He died instantly? And you're certain of this, comrade? Even if we were to entertain the possibility that he was still alive after the initial attack, the effect on his time of death would have been negligible. I doubt he would have lived for longer than an additional minute, maybe two. I guess at least he didn't suffer that much.
Which if true leads us to the most sticky of situations.
Ah. Everyone, please listen. A thought just occurred to me. What if the crime happened at a completely different time? Just like Hunt asserts.
Mew! Are you saying you've been properly tending to your circuits? I mean, just a notion. Just seems completely outlandish.
I'll have you know that my circuits are in perfect working order. Thank you very much. So please, just hear me out. Okay, so this is the rebuttal showdown. This is the one that was a little awkward. Rebuttal showdown is an iconic mechanic from the later Danganronpa games. In them, the main character faces off against a belligerent participant. These are already hard enough with just like not being able to hear what they're saying, like while you're trying to like slash and all that stuff. It seems like for the most part, it's done a pretty good job of emulating, you know, stuff from the canon games, but I guess we'll see. Anyways, information you use the guideline for responding to your opponent's assertions. Mixture of logical and emotional reasoning. Will be shown through a series of 4 options positioned. Options represent a way to mentally slice your opponent's arguments. Yep, that's the extended similarities. An actual blue text represents logic. Presented likewise, red text. It goes so fast. I guess it was probably the creator playing this, so they like already know what what everything says. But like I'm on like normal speed and it's just like yeah, that was intense. Cough. Finally, you might be wondering why the text is so small. The answer is actually simple. If you want to be challenged, you can try to duel them without reading their psyche profile. Good luck. Okay. The text is gonna be really small for it. Oh, you kind of see like an example of it there. Okay. I wonder what they used, what game engine they used for this. It looks pretty good. Crime could happen at a completely different time. More precisely, the time we've been using as a point of reference could have been manipulated by the true killer. All they would have needed to do is change the clocks in the mansion, and we'd be none the wiser. Now, it's not a bad theory, but something is definitely wrong with it. I just have to open her up to accepting this. Wasn't it who checked the clocks beforehand? I can't remember exactly. Oh yeah, I guess this one does look pretty different. Wow. Text is small. Internal body clock would have been difficult. Calm down. Yep, I think that your circuits are fried. Subject is uncertain about many things, but not their functions. Seems eager to prove their usefulness. We should have an internal body clock? Well, it's true the killer could have distorted your perception of time. That would have been very difficult to do in the circumstances. They need to alter every single clock in the mansion. One unaltered clock would have destroyed their whole plan. There's a shit ton of clocks apparently in the mansion. I can see that would have been difficult, but surely such a possibility is more believable than the crime taking place in just 2 minutes. Unless you have something that suggests the clocks couldn't have been tampered with around the time of the crime. Kind of. Actually, Mew, I have just the thing. He's got big ears. I just noticed that. If you consider the conditions of search duty, this piece of evidence proves that it was impossible to manipulate the clocks. Make your choice. Levitica's testimony, right? I think she was the one who did it. Levitica's testimony proves it. That
But couldn't someone have altered the clocks after she checked? I don't think you could view her testimony as conclusive.
Damn it, she's right. Oh, really? Huh. How is it possible to manipulate? Huh. Allow me to cut through those words. Ah, that's cool. There's the counter. Well, what did he choose? I couldn't really see. That was some impressive logic there, Mew. Especially for a robot. That's robophobic. But unfortunately, it wasn't quite decisive. Please don't spam in chat, guys.
I see. My logical reasoning drive is prepared to receive your rebuttal.
Levitica? You know how we were discussing the locations of the clocks earlier when we were investigating? Could you repeat them for everyone, please? I hope that didn't come across as too bossy. It would be my pleasure. On behalf of the Whispers, I convey to you the following. The game room, lounge, servants' quarters, dining hall, library, and reception were each graced with the presence of a clock. Now, an important fact to note is this. Excluding the library, at least 2 of those rooms were being searched from 11 to 11:30. And again, from 11:30 to 12. We all know what this means. It's been been really difficult for somebody to switch all the clocks there. And thank you, Big Chunk of New World McDonald's. Blaze has such a small ahoge. Miyu ahoge is a lot bigger in comparison. Another reason he's a fake protagonist. Honestly, I guess we'll see. I mean, like, he's definitely the lower tier of my suspects, but I kind of could see it happening with all the V3 references this chapter is doing. Since 2 or more rooms have been searched, even if one of the searchers was the killer, it would still be impossible to change the clock in the other person's room, assuming that neither person left their room at any time. I didn't neglect my duties, of course.
And no reason to leave.
Then neither did I.
Right, as long as these claims hold. It would have been impossible to throw off our perception of time by changing the clocks. I see. Perhaps I was a bit too hasty in raising the possibility of a time manipulation.
No, you were completely in the right here. Hey, let me lower the volume actually now that we know there's no voice acting. I think I had a little high potentially. After all, these trials only work if they are based on full consideration. Full consideration of every possibility. It was also perfectly valid to say that a manipulation mechanic would have been more likely than a murder committed in mere 2 minutes. But now that Miyu's theory has been invalidated, such a conclusion now seems inescapable. Where does this get us exactly? Up shit creek without a paddle. We got nothing. Nada. I mean, very good, sir. Oh, to the contrary. It narrows down our suspect pool quite considerably.
Does it? Oh. Who might she be talking about, I wonder?
Zeke, I hate to be the breaker of bad news, but she's talking about the mansion people. Oh, yeah. Specifically you and Hunt. I don't think it's either of them, though. Ah, he wasn't in the game room, and then Hunt's too big to fit into the vents.
But why us two in particular?
With only 2 minutes to work with before the alarm was raised, it pretty much has to be one of the people in the mansion at the time of the crime. And if you discount the people on the first floor as well as Magnus himself. You don't really think I killed Comrade Magnus, do you? Besides, Zeke is clearly the more suspicious one. He even admitted to killing Magnus in his testimony.
Sheesh, Hunt, I was just kidding. It was just a little jokey joke. Ugh.
Just kidding about kidding. You're not helping things, Zeke. We're sorry, Hunt. But since this is a trial, we have to follow the facts. It's only reasonable that hard evidence can't be dispelled by belief alone. So if you want us to trust in what you say, then prove it. To say I feel uneasy about this would be a gross understatement. Something just feels wrong. Very wrong. And is it just me? Or has Natalia been silent? Just fucking pulling his Zaihara. What do you know, Natalia? Did I, Gomenasai, do this? I don't even think that makes sense. Everyone, you have to understand. I would never hurt a fellow comrade. It goes against the spirit of the revolution.
Yeah, what Hunt said. Same here.
I'm not the killer. Oh, the mass panic debate. That's cool. I might just skip the tutorial since I'm just watching it. You know what I mean? I think that makes sense. Mass panic debate, start! Floor plans, library door, kill more file 1. Why I can't be the killer? I really thought it was gonna be the vents for that one guy for Hunt, because he's way too big to fit in the vents. Last time body was discovered, forced open at 12:01 p.m. Possible to lock the door from the outside. I guess that could help prove Hunt as well, but I just kind of assumed it would be the vents. Oh man, if Natalia ends up being Saihara, we have to play as the Weeb. Yeah, we'll be playing as the Weeb next time. The victim died at 11:59 from severe blunt trauma. Corpse found in the library. Okay, kill more file 1, library door, floor plans. I'm not the culprit. I'm not the culprit. Magnus, one of my comrades. I had no reason to kill Magnus, and besides that, I could never hurt him. Because I didn't even have direct access to the crime scene. I stayed in the game room the entire time. You fucking liar. Oh my god. Are you gonna say just I teleported or something? Or that I was lying? I would never. I was too busy fulfilling my duties. I didn't have time to kill Magnus. Because that has a long wind-up time. The Segoy protag switch. Oh my god. I'll have to touch up on my Weeb lingo if I end up having to play as her. This is getting out of hand. I have to seize the point of interest fast. The whole trial's off. I'm not the culprit. I'm not the culprit. I would never. I think it is the fact that Zeke's lying, right? Made a whole thing about how he wasn't in the game room. In the game room the whole time. Which piece of evidence contradicts this statement? Floor plans. Library door, kill more file 1. I hear it! Counter! I think the floor plans? I don't even know if what I was thinking was right, honestly. Huh, did you say that you didn't have easy access to the crime scene? Oh, it's actually his! Lamau. Yes, because it's true. I would have needed to pass... need to pass through several rooms to get to the library. Oh yeah, there was that secret passage, so... I guess nothing really clears Hunt of this, for now, at least that I can think of. Because, yeah, I mean, he can't fit through the vents, but, you know, the secret passage he could go through. That's where you're wrong. Look, you can see it right here on the floor. Even though it's small, there's a vent that connects the servants' quarters directly to the library. A vent! Preposterous! I did not know such a vent when I... Did not know of such event when I was searching the servants' quarters. How could I use something that I didn't even know about? That's effectively admission that you weren't... so fast! That you weren't diligent in your search. How disappointing, Hunt. But how about the fact that I arrived at the scene with everybody else? We never would have gotten the door open otherwise. I mean, have you heard of a self-report, bestie? People do it all the time in Among Us. I'm the culprit who discovers their own crime. Hardly an uncommon mystery trope, I'm afraid. What a load of poppycock! Thank you, Fimsy, Shinji co-leader. I just want to say Miyu is the best spot. I agree. I love Miyu too. She's so cute. Thanks for being a member for a month. Thank you, Ari, for being a member for a month. Oh, this is cool. But anyways, we will get to investigate the kawaii evidence and do Segoy class trials. Slay, no, you cursed him. Damn it. You did this. When we start playing as the weeb, I'm going to put this back on you, Ari. The true culprit is dug their eyes pick right inside your skull. Mona? Is there anything else about the floor plans that we should be aware of? Well, I suppose I didn't really say on the first draft. But the orientation is like so. The north side is the actual north side and so on. Okay. Where's the game room? Oh, there it is. And then, okay. Even an idiot should have been able to figure it out, but you never know. Other than this, nothing else could come to mind.
Thank you, dear lamb. Now, on the matter at hand. While it is true that assumption remains the height of... Okay, slow it down more. The height of folly. I shan't ignore the facts any longer. Hunt, either you were ignorant and averted your eyes from the vent while searching the servants' quarters, or you did know and you used it to access the crime scene. But, you know, Pierce barely even fit in it, so I don't think so. If you really are the culprit, Hunt, then I suggest you don't turn your eyes away from salvation. Confess right now. Let the waters of redemption cleanse you of your sins. Your silence is making this really difficult for the flock. He can't die. I want to do the Yuri voice some more. Oh, benevolent whispers, what is your counsel? Hold it right there! What's this, a split opinion? Oh, they did this minigame too? Oh, that's cool. Looks like I shall have to take this chance. That's cool, man. They're really incorporating all the minigames from the whole series into this to relocate you to the opposites of the court. Boop, 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 boop. How anticlimactic. Yes, a travesty, isn't it? These trial grounds used to be more phenomenal, but it was too much of a safety hazard to have the podiums levitating midair. It's not because of our shit budget. No, I'm telling you, it's a big budget, okay? So because I care about your safety, you'll have to do this the old-fashioned way. Have to exit and go to the other side of the school. Okay, guys, safety, get safely in a line, hands on hips, fingers on lips. We'll go to the next class. Like hell you care about your safety. Enough chatter! Let's get this started, shall we? It'd be cool to see the scrum debate, though. Okay, I guess I'll just skip it for now. I'll play it later. Probably go back to full speed. That was a long tutorial, wow. I love this song. Is Hunt the culprit? No, he's not. I love this song. Such a banger. I'm here because I trust your abilities, Hunt. I find it hard to believe you'd be so careless not to notice the vent. I'm stupid, I swear. Levitica looks like she has something to say. But about what? Okay, so you can look at the other ones. How do you read the other... what Levitica was saying, though? We are all imperfect beings. There is not a single soul out there who is not at least occasionally careless. But Hunt is incredibly strong, isn't he? Someone with his build could easily inflict severe blunt force trauma. It wouldn't be child's play for him to carry the shot put to the scene, and even easier to kill Magnus with it. Well, I don't doubt that Hunt is a well-endowed individual. The shot put was already at the scene because Kilmore put it there. There is no need to carry it over. Yeah, I was like, I don't see where we're supposed to read ours unless I accidentally skipped it. But that's oh my god. Ah! Not the Kaede's lie, isn't it? But that's Kilmore's lie, isn't it? There's not a funny way to say Kilmore's name, though. Seems to me you have something to say. Oh god. The fucking Kokichi sprite. Or I think Kokichi and Kamaida. I guess it's more of a Kamaida sprite, but still. From my perspective, as a fellow robot, I don't think Kilmore Bear would be able to lie about something like that. Severely doubt it's within the perimeters of his programming. Yet from what I can see, only Hunt has easy access to the crime scene. You too, you dumbass. Are you forgetting something? You haven't been cleared. You haven't cleared yourself. I'm just trying to gaslight them, okay, Phoenix? Come on, let me do my thing. You could also access the crime scene at your leisure. Kilmore. Maybe I could just like, there was like something me and like one of my best friends in college used to love doing. We would just like find stuff and like pronounce it weird. Like, we would just like find like a random stuff and be like, instead of like peanut, be like, Pia-newt. I guess I could try to just Kylie Moray. Nevertheless, Hunt remains the more likely culprit in the absence of anything that would exonerate him. You know what? We'll take you up on that.
What if I were to tell you that evidence which would exonerate him was in our possession the whole time? You guys just want to do the stupid minigame. And you didn't let me say it. This is our answer. Boom. Get wrecked.
Well, you said you have decisive evidence proving Hunt is clear. Now be a good sport and show it.
About that. That may have been a blood. Oh my god. Really? Oh no. I know that type of face. You see, the thing about that is, catching my breath is all. He says while sweating bullets. I was hoping nobody would notice. Oh my god. So that was Blaze's lie, wasn't it? There has to be something in the evidence which proves that Hunt isn't the killer. Something we may have overlooked this whole time. I'm just gonna check whether the conditions of the scene would have enabled it. Make your choice. I love that he was just BSing. Oh, that's so funny. I'm actually not totally sure. Well, I guess the size. No, yes. Well, the size thing of the vent, because they're still talking to the vents. They're not talking about the secret passage. I guess I don't really know exactly how big the secret passage is, but I don't know. I don't know if I totally understand the choice of having the vents and the secret passage included in the mystery. I guess we'll see how they like come together, but I just thought the whole point of the vents was going to be to clear Hunt or like bigger people, you know what I mean? State of the vents. Take that! I knew my suspicions were correct. If we were looking for it, we would have known all along. And yet, you have a distinct look of sudden... Again, I was hoping nobody would notice that I was lying. Everyone, I'd like to draw your attention to the vents.
The vents themselves, and what, pray tell, is so intent... Oh, I see. It seems we may have been a bit hasty in our accusations.
Of course you were! I second that, actually. Since the door was locked from the inside, it can be deduced that the killer must have escaped through the vents. You see, when Elisa and Pierce conducted their ventilation experiment, we found out one key piece of information. It had to do with the size of the vents. Namely, someone with Pierce's build could just barely fit through.
Meaning Hunt would have been too big to get through the vent, so it would have been impossible for him to commit the crime. I just knew it. I knew someone so kind-hearted couldn't possibly have done it.
You flatter me with your words, comrade. Is he kind? He's talking about, like, colonizing people all the time. Like, is he really kind?
Somebody's so kind and pure, like our colonizer over there.
True. It's pretty rare to meet people who know how to build properly. Looks like you've got me, Hunt. Now we can all hug. Is that a confession? I knew it! But hold on. It's just a second, everyone. Hunt might not have been able to use the vents, but the vents weren't the only way out of the room. What do you mean to say I could still be the culprit? Ordinarily, yes, but definitely not in this case. That's why I know you're innocent for sure. You really shouldn't play with my feelings like that. There was something unique about this means of escape, you see. After all, it coincided with the search designations of this person. I thought Hunt was in the game room, too. Was I wrong about that? Game room. I guess, yeah. I thought he was in the game room, but yeah, he said he was in the servant's quarter earlier. I guess I was just wrong about that. And then, what's his face? Zeke was supposed to be in the game room, but wasn't he, like, in the lounge or something? I guess he still might mention, Zeke being there, but we'll see. Make an accusation! If he was in the lounge, it's still pretty close to the game room, so probably that. Oh my god, not best boy. You're the only one. You know, I thought it was weird that you... Hello? Oh my god. I thought it was weird that you conceded to Hunt so quickly. After all, it still would have been possible for him to commit the crime. Had to use a secret passage. And unfortunately, in your case, that was a sort of caveat you simply didn't want to go so fast. I'm already on 70%. Oh my gosh. Unfortunately, in your case, that was a sort of caveat you simply didn't want to bring up. After all, the secret passage opened up to the games room. And remind me, who had search duty there at the time? But I told you I was slacking off. Zeke, please say this isn't true. Oh, not the other nicest boy. You can't be the killer, could you? A man of many words. This fiesta has gone on for long enough. Are you gonna do like a fake little Kokichi breakdown or something? Me, the killer? Please, I was too busy getting cozy in front of a fire to go off making plays around the map. But could a gamer truly resist the game room? Mona can back me up, right? You promised not to talk about it. Oh. Why are you southern for a second? Oh, what's this? A sigh. I had to use the bathroom during my designation, and that's when I bumped into Zeke. He was sitting in front of the fireplace when I walked in. Okay. So I wasn't lying about the fire. Seriously, what idiot designed that mansion? There wasn't even a single bathroom on the first floor. So she did leave her post. That explains her reaction from earlier. And when did this happen? That makes her pretty suspicious, right? I'd say around 11:40. That's when I left the infirmary to go to the bathroom. I spent no longer than about 5 minutes in the bathroom. Zeke made a point of talking to me the whole time. We discussed some trivial matters before I went back on my way. If it was that trivial, does this mean I can tell everyone? You're just begging to get shot, aren't you? It's like a Pecco thing from like whatchamacallit from not SDRA2. I keep on getting SDR2 and SDRA2. They're like like shortened versions messed up. Mona, my dear, that seems like a pretty crucial testimony. Why on earth would you withhold it? I have IBS. It's embarrassing, okay? It's not like it's a proper alibi. Magnus was killed 11:59, was he not? So I can't vouch for what Zeke did during the actual murder. Fair enough. But you never know. Sometimes even the most meaningless of details can be case-breaking. That's how any good mystery is written. So in the end, we learned absolutely shit all from this. We're right back where we started. Coffee withdrawals kicking in again, Dash. Yeah, that might be part of it. The Whispers counsel caution. This humble flock has been brought to the precipice of purgatory itself. And you're saying this on behalf of which god? If I were to presume, I'd say one hailing from an Abrahamic faith, one that endowed all humans with the capacity to use reason and logic. Allow me to convey their benevolence as thus. The walls of the secret passage are paper thin. Okay. Moreover, the floorboards creak with the most ghastly of noises. Won't even so much as tiptoe over them. Yeah, you told me about those details after you got out of the secret passage. Also, there were spooky spiders in there. But in my haste, I neglected to consider one important fact. Or rather, I willfully failed to account for it because it didn't seem important at the time. I am, of course, talking about the pathing of the secret passage. I just realized too, yeah, like there was literally a secret passage in the V3 case 1 as well. This is really like paralleling it so much. Thank you, David. Thanks for being a member for 3 months. Hey, Weeby, Identity V will have a collab with DRV3. Yeah, I saw that. I haven't really played too much of Identity V, but it's cool they're doing the collab. But thanks for being a member. Appreciate ya. The pathing. Can you show us the plans? But of course. As you can see, the passage is built into the thick walls of the mansion. Can we see the passage? Is it? Okay, so I guess it like goes around maybe? It follows the outside wall around like so. I still can't tell if you're trying to help me or not. I'm not. And here we come to the crux of the issue. Whether or not you are helped by what I say is not a matter for me to judge. However, someone else here can. And they alone can shed a light on whether you're innocent or not. Who is Levitica talking about? Make your choice. On who can prove Zeke innocent? I'm not actually sure, I don't think. Me? Huh. It can only be you. Me? Yeah, you. Oh, I guess because she would have heard it from the outside because it's like so thin or whatever. Her? But why do you wish to cross-examine the robot, dear sir? Cross-examine a robot. Oh, is there an ad right now? I guess I'll take some water. Dee-dee-doo. Oh, hey, speaking of E3, I got my Kaide plush right now. I wish I had somewhere to put her, though. I don't know if I really have anywhere good to put her. Hey, I wonder if I could set her up right here. My goodness. So cute, Kaide. Fall off, aren't you? Wait. Okay, wait. There she is. In remembrance of the best girl. I miss you so much. She's so cute. I love this plush. One of my friends got it for me when they went to Japan recently, and I love her so much. I mean, animals, I can understand, but robots. So you do know that Miu was a robot all along? Oh my god, Piers, are you serious? Miu's a robot? Who else do you think Sigmund was talking about? Don't tell me you didn't. I hope y'all don't plan to pick on her again. No, of course not. Okay, at least she knew too. This is absolutely essential. Are you okay with it, Miu? We just wish to confirm what you saw or heard at the time of the crime. You know, since you were on the north side. Scanning. Affirmative. Engaging memory recall module. Oh, cross-examination. Here comes a special variant. A special variant of what now? Special variant of the non-stop debate. Okay, in this mode, the flow of the discussion will center around only one person. Purpose of the cross-examination. Oh, yeah, so this is the one that's like the Ace Attorney one. Okay, that's cool. It'd be kind of funny to do it on Pierce, though, honestly. I guess I'll just speed it up for a little bit. Farewell! Cross-examination. Start. Miu's observations. After the meeting at the cafeteria, I headed straight to the mansion. I have been growing increasingly fond of trees lately, so I went to ascertain the quality of the flora in the vicinity. Is it Ace Attorney music too? That's cool if that's the case. I was pleasantly surprised. I think it is to find that trees were planted or something. Surprised to find that the trees are amazingly well kept. I found the perfect tree mere meters away from the north side of the mansion. I then placed myself underneath it and proceeded to recalibrate my emotional discernment. I heard nothing suspicious the entire time. I don't think I saw anything suspicious either. Moreover, I didn't move the entire time that I was there. When the body discovery announcement went off, that's when I rushed to the library. Well, was my testimony helpful in any way? Ah, you're so cute, Miu. Yes, we know that Zeke is completely innocent. Oh my god, that's so true. Yes, it shows nobody could have used a secret passage. No, it was completely irrelevant. No, but it shows that Miu is a liar. No, how dare you? How dare you? I guess that nobody used the secret passage. Oh, it's fan-made Ace Attorney music. Oh, okay. Interesting. I see. Great work, Miu. Thanks to your testimony, we know that no one could have possibly used the secret passage. Scanning. On what basis do you make that assertion? Did they just include the secret passage so it would like mirror V3 then? I guess that might be the case. Think of it like this. The secret passage loops around like so. Wherever you were situated, somewhere along the north wall, very close to the mansion. Add to that the fact the walls were paper thin and the floorboards... Slow it down some more. And the floorboards were incredibly noisy. I see it now, since Miu was located somewhere along the north wall. Definitely would have heard something. If anybody had used a secret passage, she would have heard it. Yay, I'm clear. Aren't you giving her a bit too much of a free pass here? Groot? And aren't you being a little ungrateful? Her testimony helps you, you know. I mean, slay, bestie. Right, because it wouldn't have been impossible for Zeke to do it, using the secret passage. It empties out into your room, after all. And you claim you never left. Which means you're clean if what Madam Robot asserts is true, and nobody used a secret passage at all.
That's not what I mean. Mew was at the mansion too, was she not?
I was wondering that too. I was like, they really are trusting her a lot. Although I do agree because like I love her and she's pure and innocent, has done nothing wrong her entire life.
What happened to testing all possibilities? Or is that only okay when there are possibilities you can all agree with?
Zeke, what's gotten into you?
Surely this is the part where you say you're just kidding, right? Ugh. You think that just because no one notices you, that you can have it easy? We're all in this together. That means no flying under the radar, as long as I draw breath. Or my tag name's not
Was your
Gamer69, the Hero 27.
Do you pretend to be 27 online?
I see that you are doubtful of my innocence. On these facts, my logic drive is pushing me to conclude that this is simply selfishness at play. That, with me being the only other suspect, it's either me or you. That innate drive towards self-preservation, I feel...
Oh my gosh, so fast!
I feel as if I know it well. And an earlier version of myself might have accepted that conclusion without questioning it. But self-preservation isn't your true goal, is it? I just like to shit stir. Very well, I shall testify again, and after hearing it, I hope you'll be completely assured of my innocence. Diverting all energy to logical reasoning drive.
Couldn't she have, like, you know, camera? Like, I don't know, like a filming of what she saw during the time or something along those lines? She's probably the camera, you know, like, Kipo wasn't V3. Why I'm not the killer. Grace's testimony, floor plans. What was the other one? I didn't see it. A small length of tape. I still have no idea how that connects at all whatsoever. State of the events, Mew's testimony. And she doesn't really have anybody to, like, vouch for her, so I don't really know if she's going to clear it, but I don't know. Shop head ball. So Grace's testimony. Oh, yeah, Grace's testimony was the cleaning thing. How she, like, wanted to clean or, like, mess with a crime scene after it happened or something like that. That's pretty weird. Floor plan, shop head ball. I guess we'll see. Sorry. Allow me to explain why I can't be the killer. I'll deliver this as a list to make it as easy as possible to understand. Firstly, it would have been impossible for me to use the murder weapon. Secondly, I didn't know... You're going to say why it wasn't possible? I didn't know about the existence of the secret passage until after the crime. Thirdly, the vents would have been difficult for me. Fourthly, I was... What the... Oh no. Now she's being sus. Why are you acting so weird, girl? I don't know. Now I'm starting to suspect her. Can't be the killer. The reasons why I can't be the killer. First, I can't be the killer because I'm not the killer. Second, it's like, firstly, impossible to use the murder weapon. You gonna explain why? Also, the fact that it's like, whatchamacallit, a shop at ball, wouldn't that mean like could have been set up or like, you know, like Kaide, she murdered Ron Tower even though she was like in the classroom at the time of death. So I assume it's gonna be something like that. I think as long as they're kind of like nearby, then, you know, it could still happen. Firstly, it's been impossible for me to use the murder weapon. Secondly, I didn't know about the existence of the secret passage until after the crime, so I can't have used it. Girl, these are not helping you. Thirdly, the vents would have been difficult for any to use. Fourthly, I was with the whole time, so I'm innocent. You're looking so suspicious. And that concludes my main... Oh, God, this is awful. Even I think you did it, and I'm like your biggest stan. Please act with haste. I don't know how long I'll be working this up. I'd be able to woke the... be able... I don't know how long I'll be able to... Be able... It woke... It's this up. It seems I have to change tag and find something to either support or contradict. What the fuck is she talking about? Better hurry, though. It's obvious that this is taking a huge toll. She's the only normal one. We can't lose her. Allow me to explain why I can't be the killer. I live in this list to make it easy to understand it's possible. I couldn't have done it because I couldn't have done it. Girl, like, what proves that Miyu couldn't have used the murder weapon? Grace's testimony. Floor plans, shot put ball. I don't know. Honestly. I agree with that statement. Okay, that's good. As long as she's not the murderer, I'm happy. Okay, Miyu, don't worry. I figured it out. Reverting. She just like stressed. That was reckless of me. I've never diverted all my energy towards a single function before. I don't know how long I'll be able to keep this up, but said able to instead. Okay, so that's why it was a little confusing to read. It looks like I wasn't made for something, so I don't think I'll ever be doing that again. Well, what'd you find out? We haven't got all day. Aww. Snore, boring. When are they gonna start fight? When are they gonna start killing each other? Looks like some of you is rubbing off on him, Dash. Good. Back to the matter at hand. Thankfully, you said it early, so I was able to hear it loud and clear. Miyu can't have used the murder weapon. Isn't that right, Grace? Because of the cleaning thing? What do you mean? Awfully strange, isn't it? Why would Miyu need to carry the books back so slowly? I mean, one in each hand, there's really no logic to it. Or perhaps there was an even simpler explanation. What if I told you that Miyu doesn't have the grip strength to carry multiple books in each hand? Is this true, Comrade Robo-Girl? If so, we need to work on getting you the proper exercise routine. She doesn't have muscles, bro. She's a robot. I don't think that can just be exercised away. But the fact of the matter is, even though Miyu was near the mansion at the time of the crime, it would have been impossible for her to swing or even carry the shot put. Can I confirm that to be the case, Miyu? She's too weak. She's too much of a so-kitty. Thank you, big chunk of New World McDonald's. Miyu being a sussy, but she was being really sus. Thankfully, she seems cleared, though. She's too weak. Thank you, Ari. Because the shot put ball is metal, it can, like, attract to her and won't come off, I think. I don't know. Oh, you think that's a way she still could have held it? Like a magnet kind of thing? Ugh, hopefully not. Hopefully not. I don't want it to be Miyu, honestly. I really like her. So that's how you humans would phrase it. Perhaps it is a self-preservation technique built in so that I don't feel conscious of my own feelings. Indeed, it appears I lack grip strength in my hands. Going back to the woman can't pick up stuff thing. I will never get over that in Wolfgang. Oh my god. Wolf game. They're very delicate. I'm just so petite. I'm just so petite and little. I just can barely pick up that rock. I had to reattach them when I even tried to lay the shot during the investigation. At the time, I was relieved that Grace didn't see me. But in hindsight, if Grace had seen it happen, we would have saved a lot of time and energy right now. Oh, Miyu. There really wasn't any need to feel so embarrassed. Even an ultimate isn't perfect in every way. Yeah, I think I'm beginning to see that now. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would permit me to summarize, I feel like we've made, like, no progress in terms of who the culprit could be. I guess we've, like, eliminated some suspects, but it kind of feels like, you know, in the trials when you're, like, halfway through and it's like, okay, we've spent an hour. What do we know so far, gang? Nothing. Based on what we know about the case, only the people in the direct vicinity of the mansion are. This is because a mere 2 minutes passed between the time of death and body discovery. However, the people on the first floor all have airtight alibis. Even though Mona briefly left to go to the bathroom, Sigmund and Pierce were still able to keep an eye on each other. Furthermore, due to Hunt's size and Miyu's low carry strength, neither of them could be the killer. That means I know where this is going. I'd like you to hold it right there. Yeah, it's still technically possible for Zeke to have committed the murder. But why would he do it when he had the only suspicious room? The secret passage connected directly to it, you know. Moreover, what reason would he have to not use the secret passage? If you're going to be suspected anyways, then you might as well reap the benefits, right?
I really don't want to say this, but that logic is flawed. Zeke might not have known about the secret passage. And even if he did know, the floorboards were creaky. Knowing this, I doubt he would have risked using it.
There's still the vents, though, too. He also could have... Oh, God, what? He also could have been employing reverse psychology. He might have avoided the secret passage, knowing we'd think it was likely he'd use it. Yeah, I am sus of Mona, too, in the bathroom visit. I don't know why we didn't press on that more. Feels like she does have, like, I guess, mostly a good alibi, but that part's pretty suspicious.
Furthermore, his actions with Miyu were also sus. Trying to throw her under the bus like that, it wasn't even subtle. I don't think that's what he was trying to do.
So we've got ourselves caught in a mess. This wasn't how it was supposed to go.
Rude.
Okay, Virginia. Thank you for the beautiful commentary.
Whoever the killer is, they're doing a really good job. Groot. Sad Groot. Happy Groot. We just went from proving that only someone... Wait, what? We just went from proving that only someone at the mansion could have done it to pretty much proving that no one at the mansion could have done it. In other words, we're back to square one.
Shit's fucked. That's so true, bestie. Everyone's suspicions are resting firmly on him, so why? Why isn't he protesting? I like mess. If we vote now, we'll definitely get it wrong. So why is nobody saying anything? If everyone is remaining silent despite the stakes, then was I wrong this whole time? Oh, I was worried for a second. Here I was dreaming about the electric sheep. Electric sheep, I tell ya. So imagine my mild annoyance when I woke up to the sound of rousing chatter. But boy, was this worth it. Oop, 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 oop. What's that spray from? I take it you're all ready to cast your votes. Objection! Your Honor, the defense counsel needs more time to, Not gonna cut it! Now! They really gonna vote? We all watch as the voting buttons, popped up in front of us. Oh, shit. Where's Shobai? We need him right now. Thank you, big chunk of New World McDonald's. Weeby, who do you think is the best girl, best worst girl, worst best girl, and worst girl? Best girl is Miyu. Best worst girl? Natalia, I think. I think so. Worst best girl. I feel like those are kind of similar. I feel like the worst best girl would be Florence, though. Because she's interesting, but she also is kind of the worst. And then worst girl. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm such a Miyu stan and Alyssa was kind of being a little towards her before, but I think Alyssa's the worst girl. Oh, it was a Leon sprite. That's what it was from. We still got like an hour left. Ladies, gentlemen, it appears we have reached the end. Have we?
A most disappointing resolution. But fitting, I suppose. I guess I'll take it. Speak for yourself. Could you at least make my death newsworthy, Kilmore? Ah, this is embarrassing. Could you hold my hand, Miyu?
Oh.
Grace.
We're screwed. Where's Shobai when you need him? No. I made up my mind. I can't let it end like this. Logic dive. Dang, this has got a lot of different mini games in it. Time to go over the case with a fine-tooth comb. The logic so far has been deeply self-contradictory. First, we found out that it was only possible for the people at the mansion to kill Magnus, but then one by one we eliminated everybody who could possibly be, except Zeke, who's not even fighting back. In other words, we've reached an impasse. It's almost as if Zeke is getting exactly what he wants. I don't have any proof to prove that he isn't the killer, but why would he commit the crime with the intention of getting caught? And so we arrive at our first junction. I know it's a stretch, but what's wrong with our current line of thinking? A, only the mansion people could be the culprit. B, all the mansion people have been cleared of suspicion. I could see it being either of those, honestly. Okay, it is that one. It was possible for someone else to commit the crime. I do think Grace is suspicious. Like, I'm not sure how, but I feel like that could be the case. We still haven't seen Natalia talk at all. She definitely knows something. Why is she being so quiet? Did we truly do it? What if we're still being misled by the true killer? He's not acting like Kaede. I mean, Kaede did make it seem like she didn't know who did it. Or like, I don't know. The way they wrote Kaide's dialogue during the first trial was really good. Into where I didn't reveal it. But I feel like, I don't feel like he's, I feel like he's probably outward said like, we're all gonna die, or I don't know. Maybe I should really pay attention to Blaze's dialogue to make sure he's not gonna pull a Kaede on me. What if we're still being misled by the true killer? Like, stuff like this, it's like, I don't think he would say that if he knew he was the killer like Kaede, you know? No, that's definitely what happened. If so, I need to think through the entire body of evidence all over again. What piece of evidence has flown completely under the radar this whole time? Shot put ball, room with clocks, library door. Oh yeah, the tape. Small length of tape. I have no idea what that tape is for. The purpose of the tape is still unknown. That's right. No one has brought up the tape yet. Even if they wanted to, the opportunity never really presented itself because it's just so freaking random. You know, if I was a killer in Danganronpa, I feel like I would just have like a bunch of like fake evidence to like put at the murder scenes, like the Nagis of the case are like, but what does the tape mean? And I'm just sitting there like, nothing. It doesn't fucking mean anything. I just left tape there to confuse you. Because I would totally be like that. I'd be like, no, we haven't finished talking about the tape. And I like wouldn't want to convict. That's like what they always do. They don't want to convict somebody because they're like, well, there's still this other evidence we didn't look over. So it's like, why not have fake evidence? I don't know if I've seen killers do that much. When I was brought up, opportunity never really presented itself. Which property of the tape could have been useful to the culprit? It could have been used to keep the victim from screaming. It's sticky, it's short, it's inconspicuous. D, maybe? No, it's sticky. The tape. Did it really hold the shot put in place? I was thinking that could be the case, but I was like, that seems kind of, I don't know. I don't know if that really seems like super reliable, I guess, you know? Not like the, you know, Kaide's plan in comparison. They're like, I put some tape here. It'll hold in place until it, you know, doesn't hold in place anymore. Right, yet stickiness alone wouldn't be enough unless... Which other piece of evidence does the tape relate to? Kilmore Bear's testimony, Phoenix's examination results, state of the vents, library door, I guess Kilmore Bear, maybe? Yeah. He also give the tape for the murder weapon? That's right. Kilmore mentioned in his testimony that he gave 2 items to the killer in this case. First was the shot put, the other was a limited edition prototype invention. I guess it could be just part of the invention, maybe? Though it may seem unlikely at face value, even a cursory glance of the evidence makes it apparent that it can only be the tape. It's the only thing whose purpose at the crime scene remains completely unexplained. It's flex tape. Never mind, I take it back then. Moreover, Kilmore already set a precedent with weird and crazy inventions. Back in the original Killing game, the tranquilizer darts were a strong testament to that, and they mentioned that before. So now it's time to handle the biggest conjecture of all. Which unique features would have enabled the tape to be used in the crime? Temporary adhesion and elasticity, high carry strength and luminescence. Temporary adhesion and high carry strength. I have no clue. Elasticity and low structural integrity. I have no clue, honestly. I'm glad to be watching the video right now. Temporary adhesion and high carry strength. Wait, does that still potentially make it Miyu? If she just used this tape to carry it. I used the flex tape to carry it. The tape's hidden properties. The tape's hidden properties are used to disguise the true time of the crime. Huh? I see. This is how everything can be explained. I'm glad you figured it out. Okay, there's no going back now. And without further ado, it's... Hold it! It do blaze! What now? I've just made a shocking realization. Something so shocking it could shake the very foundation of this case. Concerns the tape found at the crime scene. What if the reason our discussion stalled was because we failed to grasp the true nature of the tape? What is it you are insinuating, Blaze? Oh, it's not an insinuation, all right. I think the crime actually occurred in an earlier time, but the killer used the unique properties of the tape to make us think the victim was killed later. I imagine it would have gone something like this. Oh, so they slammed him into the bookshelf and then the shot put hit him afterwards, I guess. And that's why. So like, okay, I think that makes sense. The killer meets the victim at an earlier time, maybe knocks them out. They then proceed to prop them directly underneath something. Yeah, that's something. Doo-doo. I should know what it is. Make your choice. They really prop him up with a fucking tape. Or no, the bookcase, okay. I was like for a second, like just some tape on his hand so he would like be leaning on it. Okay, shop it propped under. Oopsie, no, I didn't mean to exit. Well, it would seem the proverbial cat has run off with Blaze's tongue. He's given us the response we deserve. Excuse me? Groot. They can't even really see what they're choosing. Oh yeah, there was a chandelier too. That was kind of weird. That's right. Magnus's body was placed directly under the chandelier. What I think happened was this. The body was propped on the floor underneath the chandelier. Underneath the chandelier. Possibly after getting knocked out. Then the shot put was somehow dangled from it using the tape. Ah, so I guess they didn't really care when the shot put fell off to hit him. I guess that makes more sense why they would use the tape. Because I was like, there's no way they would be able to like, you know, just get lucky. And unless they're like Kamida with like get lucky enough for that, you know, it to fall off the tape at just the perfect time when somebody's standing underneath it. But, you know. You mean Magnus was killed with a tape as a timer? Yeah, that makes sense. Logically, the falling distance would explain the severe blunt force trauma. On top of that, a shot put delivered the back of the prone figure's head would inevitably replicate the effect of being slammed face first against a surface at significance. This is all preposterous! But didn't the Monokuma file say he died at exactly 11:59, right? Unless he was like put to sleep first or something, like he was poisoned and then he got knocked out or something. Thank you, big chunk of New World McDonald's. I'm gonna flex tape Magnus skull back together. That's what the flex tape was truly used for. Thank you for the dono. Appreciate you, Bridget. For such a scheme to work, the tape would have been very high strength. Otherwise, it would tear. It was flex tape, man. In addition, its stickiness would have been... Are you seriously suggesting that tape had such a peculiar property? Oh. Are you candidates aware of the phrase, a candle that burns twice as bright burns half as long? In the case of my tape, it sticks so very, very tightly, but not for long. So Blaze's theory is true. And the killer knocked the victim out, eh? The cunning villainy of it. It seems our killer managed to kill two birds with one stone through the way he killed the victim. If he managed to inflict severe blunt force trauma, it would have been very difficult to determine that he'd been knocked out before death. But do we know for sure that the killer knocked the victim out? Even if they didn't get knocked out, it still doesn't prove the murder didn't happen at 11:59. Evidence that proves that the victim was knocked out and at the time... Oh, god dang it. I have it on like 7 speed. How is it still going so fast? Oh my gosh. And that sometime had passed before they were then killed. Evidence proves that both the victim was knocked out and that some time had passed before they were killed. Strangely, I think I already have something like it. Something that was told privately to me. Make your choice! Oh, god, it's at 6 speed now. I see! I just wanted to try it out. I need to look so ordinary. No need to look so ordinary. Eden, I'd like to clarify something. What would happen if someone is knocked unconscious before death? Good question. I've gone through a lot of cases, but it's yet to happen. But, have you ever heard the phrase, a blind man has 4 senses, and a conscious man, none? Nope. Not surprising, seeing as I just made it up. Yeah, a victim would not be able to project a seance for the period in which they are knocked out, or at least that's what I would assume. The heck? And seeing as how the seance replicates the last moments of a victim's life, it would then simply show up as blank. Let's think this through. That would mean that the victim wasn't knocked out right before his death, because if they were, the seance would have been able to at least catch the part where they were knocked out, so it was knocked out like way before. Brilliant deduction, Sherlock, and right shame that is mostly conjecture. Just wondering, how were you able to make your deduction? I mean, I didn't exactly pass out all the little details. It was an inference from the information I had at hand. I know that your seance is based on the victim's senses, after all. However, practically all senses are reliant on a state... Oh my god, so fast! On a state of consciousness. It wasn't exactly a big logical jump. Makes sense, I suppose. Not to mention, there's even more evidence at the scene suggesting the victim might have been knocked out. Make your choice! See the events, order the scene. Oh yeah, the dusty broom. That makes sense, they hit him with that. Take that! There was a broom present at the scene. Its handle caked in blood. Now that we know the victim was knocked out, wouldn't the next logical deduction be that they were struck with the broom? Ah! Gonna finally say something, Nat? Still giving us the silent treatment, are you, Nat? Go man. A lie. What? I was just dumbfounded by how flawed your logic is, Nat. Did you really do it? Natalia? Did you really do it, girl? My dear lamb, what has gotten into you? You persist with your silence for the whole trial, and when you finally speak, that is what you have to say. But the killer knocking the victim out is supported by the evidence. I'm not talking about that. There's a huge problem with your time setup theory that we've all been overlooking. Finally talking. How so? Think of it like this. How much tape was found at the scene? Just over 5 centimeters. Yeah, it was really small too, because you'd think if it was like hanging from the chandelier, it'd be like long, you know what I mean? Ah! That's right, Blaze. 5 centimeters. Hardly enough to hang a shot put from the chandelier, is it? You mean Kilmore Bear trolled the culprit by only giving them 5 centimeters of tape? I plead the 5th! Why, hypothetically speaking, if I did, it was in the interests of fairness! I'm a bear, not a troll! But Nat, you don't know for sure that it wasn't enough tape. And you don't know for sure that there was enough tape. Blazy, Blazy. I'm starting to think she did do it. Why are you acting so suspicious all of a sudden? Blazy, Blazy. I'm disappointed in you. Nat's behaving very uncharacteristically right now. What's gotten into her? What could she possibly be hoping to achieve with this? Unless she knows who did it and she's like wanting to protect them? No, I can't let myself get distracted. Nat's throwing down the gauntlet. There must be some way to prove that only 5 centimeters of tape could have been used to hold the shot put. Jesus. Think, Blaze, think! The shot put was made of metal. So what would have been needed at the scene? A magnet? To make it possible for 5 centimeters of tape to hold up a shot put. Uncover the missing words! Oh, it's that thing! Oh, yes! Being able to skip Hangman's Gambit. Oh, it's actual Hangman. That's cool. Never seen that before. I makes a bear. That's so cute. I love that actually. Oh, look at me. I'm so cute. I'm so adorable. I guess they just wanted to show the bear. He looks so cute. That's actually really cool. I like that. But are they really wrong? Uncover the missing words. Oh, it is Magnet, isn't it? Oh, god dang it, Mew. Does that mean it's you? God dang it. Maybe it is Mew then. Ah! Please let it, God, I don't ask for much. Please let it be the Weeb girl. Don't let it be Mew. I love her too much. There's anything that's seen resembled a magnet. Something in the evidence. Maybe. Jesus Christ, that's a big ass word. Or sentence. You. Lucky. Oh, the lucky horseshoe. Duh. That makes sense. That makes sense. I totally forgot about that thing. Eden switched it out with him. Amulet. It's all coming together. I think I've solved your little problem, Nat. Nanny? Did you really think I'd fall for that lazy coon? You're clearly just bluffing. No, I'm not. In fact, I think we found out the trick behind this case. The tape wasn't directly attached to the shot put. No. It was wrapped around the lucky horseshoe, which was then attached to the chandelier as a magnet. The shot put was actually attached to the underside of the horseshoe. Oh, thank you, Ari. Oh my god, that was a joke. I didn't think I was right. LOL, I cursed her. We don't know for sure if she did it, but it definitely kind of makes me start to think it could be her. But we'll see. I'm going to say that hopefully it's somebody in like the coffee shop or something. You know, somebody from earlier. Because like, I think, I'm like, okay, maybe I'm just a Lulu because I don't want it to be me. But like, why would they do this whole elaborate setup to just hang out right next to the mansion and become a prime suspect? You know what I mean? So I honestly kind of feel like it's one of the people at the coffee shop. Who was there? I still kind of suspect, Grace, I think her name was. The girl with the blue hair. The shop was actually attached to the underside of the horseshoe. But we'll see. It could still be her, but maybe, like I said, maybe I'm Delulu, but I'm gonna believe it's not her. Such an arrangement would have used a lot less tape. Wait, my Phil Swift joke? Where was that one? Oh, there it is. Thank you, big chunk of New World McDonald's. Sorry I missed it. I don't know what I was doing at that time. Magnus, thanks to Phil Swift, you saved me. Phil, don't thank me. Thank Flex Tape. Now I'm gonna flex Killmore Bear to the wall. Not Flex Tape! It truly do be Flex Tape, though. It truly do. Sorry I missed that. I don't know why I missed that. I guess I just got too into the game / video. Thanks for the donation, though. Sorry about that. Then if it was wrapped directly around the shot put instead. Yeah, if I ever miss one of y'all's donations, just remind me in chat and I'll go back and look for it. Would have been more than possible to do it with only 5 centimeters of tape. But in order for that to work, the lucky horseshoe would have to be... Yeah, your lucky horseshoe wasn't just a trinket. It was also a magnet. Its shape gives it away. I had no idea. If I had known it was magnetic, I never would have traded with Magnus. Magnus, magnet. That's kind of funny. That was his undoing. I wouldn't be surprised if all the trinkets had special secret properties that we aren't yet aware of. Indeed, it's the very nature of that bear to badger us with cheap parlor tricks. Hey! That's not nice. There's just a small problem with this little theory. Why wasn't the lucky horseshoe still attached to the shot put when we found the body? Yeah, for real. Maybe the force of the impact detached the magnet from the shot put. Oh, that's right! Compensating for powerful properties with big gaping weaknesses seems to be the rage these days with you kids. So the magnet itself may be strong, but apparently it applies a sudden force to it and drop its load faster than a wall. You get the picture. Thank you, big chunk of New World McDonald's. Weeby, who do you think is the best boy, best worst boy, worst best boy, worst boy? Can Miyu also be the best boy since they also use he? Technically. Hey, if we could technically do that, then Miyu is the best boy and the best girl. Slay. Oh, god damn it. What was the new load? Was what people were saying in chat? Load, Miyu. I didn't say the other word. I swear to god. Who's the best worst boy? I'd say Zeke's the best worst boy. The worst best boy. Maybe Sigmund. He's kind of sketchy, but he hasn't done anything bad yet. I don't know who's the worst boy. I kind of like all the guys. Maybe Hunt, just because he's into like colonizing. That's pretty uncool of him. So I'll give him worst boy. Thank you. Hey guys, it says for the donation. I like the little gift. That's cute. You get the picture.
Pardon my French, but isn't revealing all this information rather disadvantageous for the blackened? what's the catch? A Sakura Blue! There's no catch. My little balancing actor in the investigation seems to have failed. So call this compensation, if you will. Besides, it seems this particular Blacken is rather content to dig their own grave. If this were really up to me, I'd be ending this whole thing right now.
But it is up to you. Well, well. Wait, did you really do it? What? Why? What? Was it an accident? But this seems like too played out to be an accident. Unless he was trying to kill her, and then she had to kill him. So it seems my time is up. Nyan. Natalia, what are you? Everyone watched in stunned silence as she pointed the palm of her hand downward, and something transparent and thin came tumbling out. It's tape. 15 minutes. Exactly 15 minutes. Is just as it was during the crime. Goodness, it took my hand so easily. I was beginning to think it would never come off. What do you think you're doing? This is so not Sugoi of you to do, Nat. So not Sugoi. Did the witness just confess to the crime? Calm yourself, Nat. Seriously, what's gotten into her? But why would she do something that's not kawaii desu? She didn't murder. If we really did investigate with her and she was calling the crime scene like kawaii, she'd be like dead honest about it. She's like, I tried my best to make it look as kawaii as possible. You like it, Weeby? Thank you. Hey guys, it says. Appreciate that. Hi Weeby, will be playing chapter 1 of Project Eden's Garden. Yes, I will be. Oh my god, I'm so excited for more Project Eden's Garden. I think they're going to be releasing it like once per year, so it probably won't come out till December. But I'm so excited too because I'm going to San Japan. In San Antonio in like September, and Project Eden's Garden's gonna be there too. I get to meet like a bunch of the cast and people who work on it. I'm so excited. But yeah, it's gonna be super cool too. But yes, I'm very excited to play it. I'm gonna be playing it first thing, like immediately the day it comes out. I'll probably be playing it. Thank you for the dono though, appreciate ya. Kilmore, I confess, the one who dirtied their hands and committed this brutal murder. It's me, Des. Please call the vote right now. Oh, Peanut, you in here? Where you at? What's up, little guy? What's up? Do you think that the murder was kawaii desu? You think the murder was Sugoi, Peanut? What do you think? What you got in your mind, huh? Okay, you guys can see him a little bit. What's up, little guy? Did Dad leave? Is that why you coming to visit me finally during streaming? Oh my god, what? Cater, you're going to San Japan too? No way! Oh my god! We gotta meet up! That's so cool! Oh, that's awesome! That's so cool, Cater! Oh, I'm so excited. So that's what it was. Oh. Not so fast! Natalia, if you're the murderer, then naturally you should be able to tell us how you committed the crime. After all, how can we feel comfortable voting for you when your guilt isn't even conclusive? But what type of tape, comrade thinker? It's meaningless if you think about it for even 5 seconds. Anyone could have found, say, extra rolls. And what, dear sir, are the odds of that happening? We do still have a decent bit of the trial left. I don't know. Very well, Anyan. Is trying to cover for somebody? If it's testimony you want, then I'll be happy to oblige with a request. I could see it being her, though, as well. Sigmund's theory may have been flimsy, but it seems to have earned something. I have to stall. It's time to do the unthinkable. I gotta lie. Just know that Natalia can't be the killer. Kaide said the same thing about Sayhara. I don't know, man. Final words. Final words. I remember Kaide said something exactly like that. Because I remember, like, after I, like, played the trial and stuff, I was looking in the comments and I saw somebody point that out and I was like, damn, I didn't notice that. It's like, because she literally knew he couldn't be the killer. I kind of wonder if it is the same thing. I kind of wonder. So you have to lie in order to expose it. She had this exact same thing. I think she literally went straight into perjury right after she did that scene too. God damn it, it's a blaze. Now I know what you're thinking, but why, Mr. Narrator? No, I do a non-stop debate already. Okay, I guess we can just skip to it, but I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I kind of think it's Blaze now. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Especially since we have so much time left. I'm starting to wonder. I'm starting to really wonder. The culprit is me. Guys, the culprit is me. Guys. Culprit is me. And guys, don't fall for Nat's mind games. Remember that we still have other suspects. I can assure you, I'm mind gaming no one, Des. I have no alibi for 11:30 to 12. This means that for that entire block, I was able to commit the murder. And what are the mechanics of the crime? How exactly did you kill Magnus? That's easy. Magnus was scheduled to search, so I left the sitting room. Jesus Christ, I'm talking so fast. How exactly did you kill Magnus? That's easy. Magnus was scheduled to search the library from 11:30, so I left the sitting room a bit early and simply laid in wait for him. I'm murder, as you see, Nyan. So you see, I'm not the killer. I am the killer. Please accept my confession. Thank you, David. Weeby, can you help? I'm confused. I put on a push-up bra, and yet I still can't do more than... Keep trying, David. Keep trying. It'll come to you eventually. Don't worry. Don't worry. Just keep trying it out. There's no way the push-up bra is not working. Oh, man. Thank you for the dono, though. Appreciate you. This trial is certainly taking a turn for the bizarre, but I can't be preoccupied by this right now. Nat's false confession is threatening to derail the entire discussion. I have to be decisive and disprove it somehow. Even if I have to lie. You motherfucker, Blaze. Why'd you do this? Remember that we still have other suspects. Lie. Everyone... Obviously, it's just like the easiest to be like, guys, it's Zeke. He's like, but what? I'm actually telling the truth this time. Oh, man. He's like a little... Kokichi Kenny. Thanks, hey guys, it says, oh, that's a cute sticker too. When did YouTube get all these cute stickers? These are the first times I've seen that. And wow, thank you, David. Member for 40 months. Man, that's crazy. That is crazy. Gosh, thank you for being here for so long, David, and thanks for being such a good friend too. Love you, bro. Everyone's Zeke Sprung. We don't have any suspects. Did you seriously just say that? I thought better of you, Blaze. Crap, they saw right through me. Guys, don't fall for mind games. Remember that we still have other suspects. Okay, so accuse her of lying. Mind gaming no one. I have no alibi. Entire block. I was able to commit the murder. Lie. I shall turn the lies into truth. Fuck you, Weeb. Natchan, how can you forget? Lazy-kun! Forget what? We spent a lot of time together in the park, remember? You know? Right after your search designation, I even walked with you there. Did you really think I would forget that? What are you doing? God damn it, we really do it. Everyone, don't listen to him. Blaze is lying to try to cover up for me. I don't know. Blaze seems pretty trustworthy to me. Agreed. Blaze. Please help her. Okay, Eden seems to know too. No, you've got this all wrong. Blazy, why are you trying to protect me? Why can't you just let go and accept the truth? You know why. Oh my god. It's not that I don't want to accept the truth. I'm more concerned that from the way this is going, it is your lies that will be accepted as the truth, and all but one person will pay for it with their lives. Is this really what you want, Nat? Oh my god. Very well then. If you can't accept the truth, then fine. I'll say it loud and clear over and over until you can finally accept it. I'd like nothing more. Cross-examination. Start. Why I'm the culprit. After we all dispersed from the cafeteria, I went straight back to my dormitory. It was then that I watched my motive video. Spurred onwards by what I saw, man, we barely talked about the motive videos, I decided to hatch a plot to murder Magnus. After my meeting with Kilmore, I waited out most of my designation before sneaking into the library and lying in wait. It was quick and painless. I struck him from behind with a broom after he walked in. The rest of the murder played out exactly as Blaze deduced. That's all there is to know. I trust there are no contradictions. If I want to successfully repel this testimony, I know I'll have to work through the entire body of evidence. Oh my gosh. Nat. If you survive this, you really need to learn how to become a better liar. Oh my god, we're gonna become the weeb! Jesus. She's got an okay too. I see it back there. Oh, Weeby, turn up the volume right now. This is the part. Okay. I'll trust you. I'll trust you, Mari. Oh, God. After we all dispersed from the cafeteria, I went straight... Wait, let me, okay, just in a book. Make sure I got this. After we all dispersed from the cafeteria, I went straight back to my dorm. Challenge. It was then I watched my own motive video. Spurred onwards by what I saw, I decided to hatch a murder plan. After my meeting with Kilmore, I weighed out most of my designation before sneaking up the library and lying. And wait. It was quick and painless. I struck him from behind with a broom after he walked in. Which piece of evidence contradicts the statement? Signs of a struggle. Objection! Counter! What's the part? I'm assuming it means maybe voice acting? We'll see. God damn it, please. I don't know why you're doing it, Nat. But please, drop the facade. We know that the real killer didn't have such an easy time dealing with Magnus. The signs of a struggle are a clear testament to that fact. Okay, so that's why he used it. But the killer could have just fabricated it. The killer? Oh, it's just because the fan-made soundtrack is good. Okay, that's what you meant. I thought there was like voice acting or something. Ah! Not to mention, if the killer really did fabricate the signs of a struggle, they definitely wouldn't have forgotten about it altogether. No one would fabricate something so important, then forget about it. Especially not if they were someone like you. Especially if they were someone like you who's watched Death Note at least 3 times and Code Geass another 3 times. Come on. You know better than that, girl. You've watched smart anime before. I can tell she's on the verge of dropping this act. I can't let up now. Cross-examination, start. How many times have you watched Death Note, Nat? Why I'm the culprit, continue. Okay, I forgot to mention that Magnus didn't go down without a fight. Okay, maybe I forgot that. Or maybe I fabricated the whole thing to throw everybody off. I don't fucking know, whatever. Either way, it's not like it really matters. The point is you've got nothing. Nothing to prove that I wasn't there at the time. Nothing to prove that I did something the killer, god dang it, did something the killer wasn't able to do. Nothing to prove that I didn't tie the horseshoe to the ceiling. Nothing to prove that I wasn't able to sneak out of the mansion unhindered. Absolutely nothing at all. So please just stop resisting. Oh my god. Nat. There definitely is something buried in that testimony, which is contradictory. Man, she went through everything. Think, Blaze. Think. Do we have anything at all to prove that she can't possibly be the killer? Library door. Small length of tape. Lack of seance. I still haven't used that yet. I don't think so, though. State of the events. Order of who arrived at the scene. Secret passage. Ask for murder. Nah. Clean handrail? We haven't used that one either. Maybe I fabricated the whole thing without no struggle. It's not like it really matters. The point is you've got nothing. Nothing to prove I wasn't there at the time. Nothing to prove I did something the killer wasn't able to do. Pick the time, the piece that contradicts that. But I should pick one that corresponds directly with Nat's blunder. What'd she say there? Yeah, Natalia. Thank you. Chunk of New World McDonald's. Natalia, you might have watched Death Note, but I watched Rick and Morty. To be fair, you have to have a really high IQ to understand the complexities of Rick and Morty. To be fair. Thank you for the dono. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, man. Nothing to prove I did something the killer wasn't able to do. That one? Okay. Several are related, but I should pick the one that corresponds directly with the blunder. dee-dee-doo, dee-dee-doo, dee-dee-doo. Small length of tape. No, that's wrong. I like how he says objection during the Ace Attorney minigame. That's a good little Easter egg. A good little attention to detail. Nah, you made a huge mistake earlier. A mistake? Whatever do you mean? Kilmore Bear told us in the testimony the killer already asked for 2 items and couldn't get any more. Do you accept this as fact? Yeah, and what of it? Then tell me this. How were you able to get your hands on that extra tape just then? The original strand used in the crime scene was completely untorn, and yet we know the roll itself didn't have any more tape. In other words, the killer was only given 1 piece of tape, and we all know that was already used in the crime. Okay. That's right. We were completely taken in by Natalia revealing the tape, though we failed to notice the contradiction staring us right in the face. Excuse me. We didn't even realize the killer was barred from getting their hands on more tape. So that's what felt out of place. You're completely insufferable, you know that. Are you punishing me? Even now? For being a weeb? Haven't I suffered enough for my craft? It's like what's that like a meme, the gamers rise up meme, but she's like the weebs rise up. Haven't weebs suffered enough? You know that weebs are the most depressed. What? Fine, you win. If that's what you so desperately want, then I'll confess. Kilmore Bear gave me the extra tape for testing purposes during the investigation. He acknowledged that the tape had a rather niche set of properties, so he thought its relative obscurity would be counterbalanced if a non-Blackened was given access to it, you know, in the interest of fairness. So that was the exception he made, but why was she lying? Unless, I feel like it only really makes sense if it's me, but we'll see. You made this, the case was supposed to be a lot easier for us to figure out than it ended up being. Yes, it would have been near impossible without Blaze's logical leaps. But Natalia, why? Because of your actions, it became almost impossible to reach the truth through usual means. This is all uncharacteristically arch-nemesis-like of you. And though I'm not the killer, I'm the true villain of this case. Oh. I mean, because of my earlier outburst, where did that come? Because of my earlier outburst. Where did that come from, Weeby? Thank you, Lucky Cat 2703 Luna. Luckily, victim didn't hear Ome wa mo shinderu on his dying breath moment. Oh my god. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, he barely missed that outcome. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate you. The identity of the killer is now obvious. The real killer. So you really were protecting someone. That was plain to see, comrade. Hold the phone. By earlier outburst, you mean... outburst? Ah! The tape has an adhesive life of 15 minutes, but why? Why would you go to such lengths to protect that person? Oh my god. Here I thought I was Alyssa the whole time, and she's barely even talked this whole trial. Heavens above, this cannot be. So they're finally realizing. Everyone, it's time to reveal the true culprit behind this case. Make an accusation. Is it obvious? What the fuck? Is it really you? Fuck you, Blaze. Fucking carny ass bitch. I'm the only one. No. Oh my god, we're really gonna play as the weeb. Oh my god. I refuse to believe it. You've been nothing but helpful this whole time. How could you possibly be the killer? Are you really that much of an idiot? Really that much of a baka? I gotta start getting used to it since I know who we're gonna fucking switch to. I second that. Oh my god. Your actions during this trial have been wholly inconsistent with someone trying to cover up their crimes. What if Blaze wasn't really trying to cover up his crime? So like all these cases gonna mirror like V3? Is that what this is gonna be? No. No, I refuse. I want evidence. Evidence, damn you. Oh my god. It's simple, really. We know the shot put fell on the victim at 11:59, and the body was discovered at 12. Why would you kill him, bro? Why did you do it? I don't understand, bro. Huh. Does his outfit kind of remind me of Kaide's now that I think about it, too? She also had kind of like a, long sleeve and like the sweater vest, the tie underneath. I guess their outfits even kind of look similar now that I think about it. Not like super similar, but like a little bit, and the blonde hair. Moreover, the tape has an adhesive life of 15 minutes. With these facts in mind, you only need one more piece of evidence to prove my guilt. Make your choice! What in the Kaide Akamatsu is going on? For some reason, clean handrail. On the second floor, the entire second of the handrail overlooking the location of the body. Cleared of dust. The opposing side remains dusty and untouched. A bookcase stands directly under the handrail with a low-hanging chandelier just in front. I don't really know how that does it, but I guess we'll see. Thank you, Stinkfly3. I think Nat drops the Weeb chat from here on out. Thank God. Oh, God bless. Thank you, God. Oh, man. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate you. I'll probably still do the Weeb chat, though, when I'm reading for her. Just because it's funny. I'm like, I'm just teasing. I'm teasing her, you know what I mean? With the Weeb chat. Where did I arrive at the scene? This right here. Let's do some calculations. Using your data, Lisa. If you compare the time of the body discovery announcement went off with the time everyone arrived, we can deduce that it takes 10 minutes to get to the mansion from the park, 15 from the cafe, and 22 from the school. Once you factor in several extra minutes needed to escape from the scene via the vents, the park becomes the only place the killer could realistically go. I wonder if, like, we saw him actually do it at some point, but it was like, when, like, Kaide did it when she was just like, I set down something, and then I ran downstairs. You know what I mean? And since we know it's not Nat. But why did you feel the need to lock the front door? Using it would have saved your precious time. Asking me a question, are we, Sigmund? Honestly, I don't know why myself. Thank you, Captain Draken. I don't think this understands why Kaide was a good twist. Blaze being the culprit had negative foreshadowing until recently, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm honestly not the biggest fan of like the like fan games or even in general with Danganronpa, like reflecting previous cases too, because I feel like I kind of got it just from like basically the call outs to V3. I was like, wait a second, I think I know what's going on here. I've seen this. I think I've seen this film before. I didn't like the ending, so it's just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll kind of see, because I feel like the way they did Kaide was just so good in V3. That's seriously probably one of my favorite trials of all time. But yeah, I definitely see what you're coming from. Thank you, dang it. Fucking course, the boomer did it. Don't trust old. Is Livewire still here, actually? Poor Live. Always getting called a boomer. It's kind of interesting, though. I wish we could see his execution, honestly. And thank you. Thanks for the donation, Dingin. Appreciate ya. Perhaps it was personal blunder. Or perhaps I sought to take advantage of the search designations to frame more people. We can say, no, Bridget! Bridget! The future is anime. The future is very weeby. Oh, man. Thank you for the donation. The future is anime. What's that one quote? Maybe anime was a mistake. Who can say? Anyway, Kilmore, I think it's time to hold it right there. I'm not gonna lose my little Saihara. Are you forgetting something? And should I ping missing over your brain a few times? Maybe it'll jog your memory, Gramps. Because I do feel like there was kind of things he was saying that like wouldn't make sense for him to be the culprit to say, but I guess I could always relook through the case and kind of see. Because that was like one of the main things, because I felt like with Kaide, one of the things I loved about it so much was like looking back and seeing how like it would be like hinted at, but like in the subtlest of ways, or she would say things that like you would not think more of until you already know like what happened, you know what I mean? But there was like but yeah, there was like a few lines he said that I was like, would a killer really say that? Like, oh, the killer is leading us into a trap right now? Like, I don't think Kaide ever said anything like that. Zeke. Rebuttal showdown, start. Sure, you might be the killer. But what about me? You haven't ruled me out yet. A flexible mind must be open to all possibilities. I thought we were gonna have like a yaoi relationship. What the hell, man? Then you pulled a kiting on me? This sucks. Isn't that what you teachers always say? It looks like I have to get a foothold before I can... Looks like I have to get a foothold before I can do anything else. You're supposed to hate teachers. We don't always say that. The right approach. Stop being obsessed. I like this music. You're quoting teachers, but why? I thought you hated them. I do, they're stinky. But not you. What would you know? Everyone thinks gamers are simple and one-dimensional. That we don't know how to separate reality from fiction. But I know. And I reject your reality. You don't even have any decisive proof the culprit wasn't me. I know, unknown. I love that. I dropped everything I was holding. That was the line where like she literally did it. I still don't really know how Blaze like did it. But like the fact that Kaide did it while you're playing and you had no fucking idea what she just did. Like I'm just playing and she's like, I dropped everything I was holding and ran downstairs and you're just like, you know, Kaide doing normal little Kaide things, being cute. Just had like no idea. Oh man, that try was so good. But I have proof. I'm a teacher after all. It doesn't matter if it's maths, English, science, or something even grander still. Everything I do is based on proof. That's my reality. Allow me to show you. Oh my god, Monica Kenny? As certain someone said something earlier in the trial, Zeke. And thanks to that person, you now have an irrefutable alibi. Make your choice. Somebody else said? I don't actually know. Oh, Mona. Take that! Remember that Mona? What Mona said earlier, Zeke. She went to the bathroom at 11:40 and talked to you for about 5 minutes. It seemed innocent enough at the time. But that was then and this is now. Now we know the tape sticks for 15 minutes and that it detached at 11:59. So tell me again, what was happening around 11:40 to 11:45? Zeke. I asked you a question. And a teacher always expects their questions to be answered. Grr. This is so not Keck. You may be a noob, but you're a persistent one. What do you say? You're a persistent one. I'll give you that. That's right, Zeke. Thank you. Hey, guys, it says. Oh, it's so cute. Those little gifts are so cute. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate you. And thank you, Captain Draken. I got spoiled before the stream. Oh, that stinks. So I was paying extra attention to Blaze. The biggest hints are just stuff referencing Kaide. Shrug emoji. Yeah. I guess I could see that. Monica, where? I was just thinking about the your reality thing because it said like my reality or something. Weeby, are we going to play as Zeke? Oh my god, I hope so. I hope it's Zeke. Dude, please, please. God, I don't ask for much. But let me play as Zeke. I want to do the Kichi voice. Thank you, Draken, for the donation. Appreciate you. Appreciate your insight, too. I want to know how he did it. I feel like that will have a big impact in my opinion of how, like, well, I think it was executed, too. It's time for you to face the truth. So please. No, we were supposed to have yaoi moments. Allow me to cut through those words. We were supposed to queer bait together, damn it. And with this, let us finally bring the whole charade to an end. Closing statement, start. The culprit began by consulting with Kilmore. The key event that happened in the mansion was Girl, I would not know any of this. The culprit killed the victim with the broom. Broom's metallic handle revealed the horseshoe's magnetism. Horseshoe was given the culprit by the victim. Horseshoe did not interact with the broom at any time. How did I get the horseshoe either? I feel like that wasn't ever really explained. You're gonna have to say no, that's keck instead of no, that's wrong. Oh my god. Poggers! The culprit used the magnet tape, lack of tape. Culprit left the crime scene. Tape lost its adhesion, forced the impact to attach the shot put for the magnet. Candidates were left to discover only fragmented pieces of the crime. Killer begins to setting up their mechanism. I think I'm just gonna vibe to the music. I don't know any of these. Da-na-na-na-na. I'm gonna dance with Kaide. Yeah, pull down her skirt some, so she's looking better. Yeah, 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 yeah. She's so cute with a little hoagie. There, culprit used the magnet compensate. Okay, I guess I'll read some of these. Compensate for the lack of tape. Culprit, yeah, I guess the lack of tape, right? I feel like some of these we got, but other ones I'm not totally sure. If you want to Fangan and do more Kokichi voicing, check out Danganronpa V4 Defiance. Oh. And with that, all the pieces have fallen into place. I should definitely start looking into the Insta-Rampas so far. I haven't done that yet. Here's everything that happened in this case. Act 1. It all started when everybody threatened... Oh, wait. Everybody retreated to their rooms to prepare for another day of exploration. The culprit, shaken by the revelations, brought up during the Lucinda Airway... Oh my god. It's going so fast again! Okay. Oh god, the music sounds so weird now that it's slowed down to like half speed. During the Lucinda Airways incident, decided to watch their own motive video. Maybe we'll just pause it. From that moment on, the victim's fate was sealed. To set their plan in motion, the culprit rushed to craft a delicate murder scheme that would successfully divert suspicion away from them. First of all, the culprit made use of 2 items from Kilmore Bear's arsenal of murderous goods. First off, the items was The first of the items that was newly invented, a non-stick tape, a prototype invention that was limited in stock. And second was a shot put ball, which would be paired up with the tape to falsify an alibi by creating an incomplete locked room scenario. In addition, the culprit, like everyone else, was already aware of the search designations for the mansion. Thus, they knew that at certain times during the day, they would be free to enter and leave the scene of the crime at their own leisure. With this, their cunning plan was ready to be put into action. But we didn't see any of this. You know what I mean? Sorry, I'm like focusing so hard on the music that like, I may use the 2 items for Kilmore Bear. Let's shot put ball. Like, I wish we could have, I don't really know if there's any times that we saw Blaze like get the murder weapons from the arsenal in a way that was like non-suspicious. Because that was something I really liked about Kaide's plan. They would be disturbed at that point. It would have been easy for them to excuse themselves. Arriving at the library, they hid inside until the victim showed up at 11:30, just as designated. At that time, there was a broom in the room, likely put in there for purposes of cleaning. However, in this case, the killer snuck up onto the unsuspecting victim, grabbed the broom, and knocked them unconscious with it. Can we at least know why he did it? Do you think it was the mastermind or something? As the killer dropped the broom, a strange phenomenon occurred. A lucky horseshoe amulet, worn by the killer, pulled towards the metallic handle of the broom and attached to it. Before the sudden impact of the broom hitting the ground detached the amulet. It happened so quickly the killer didn't even have time to process what had just happened. Thus, their plan was still in motion. They began to set up the mechanism that would serve to obfuscate the true time of death. In a hurry, they began to tear books off shelves in the area of the library where they had committed the crime. This was given the impression... It's so fast! Oh man, should I try slowing it down again? Let's go 50%. This was given the impression that a struggle had taken place between the victim and the culprit. However, as the music sounds so awful slowed down. However, as they went to set up their mechanism, they were faced with a problem they couldn't have anticipated, courtesy of Kilmore. There was not enough tape to properly secure the shot put to the chandelier. However, years of experience in classroom environment had installed them with quick thinking. Remembering the horseshoe's amulet's weird response to the metallic broom handle, they were quickly able to deduce its high-powered magnetic properties. In setting their mechanism, they wrapped the tape around the magnet, hung the magnet from the chandelier. then attach the shot put to the magnet. You know, the more I play this music, the more it's kind of a vibe. With their murder plot complete, they locked the door from the inside, left the mansion via the right vent, and retreated to the park, and thus their alibis were secured. Approximately 15 minutes after this, the tape's adhesion qualities expired. As a result, the magnet detached, dropping the shot put on the victim, who laid directly beneath. As before, with a sudden impact disconnected the shot put from the magnet, leaving us with only fragmented pieces of a deviously complicated murder scheme. Thanks to the setup, suspicion naturally shifted towards the people inside the mansion at the time of the crime, just as originally planned. And amidst it all, the true killer remained unnoticed until now. Yes. The true killer is me! But why, homie? Why'd you do it? Magnus seemed like a chill dude. The ultimate navigator could not see his own death coming. Tragic. You know, at first it was cursed, but it kind of became a vibe. The longer I played it, the more I was kind of like, yeah, I kind of like it. Boom, 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 boom. So slow. I need to add reverb to it and start uploading a Danganronpa soundtrack. Slow down with reverb. Oh, it seems voting went off without a hitch this time. And yes, you have chosen correctly. The culprit in this case and the brutal murder of Magnus is none other than Blaze, the ultimate teacher. By the gods! But why, Blaze? I have searched long and hard through all my data, and nothing offers a satisfactory explanation as to why you do this. Indeed. I dare say this is completely out of character for you. You understand. Why didn't you just keep your mouth shut? If you'd simply remained silent, there's no way we would have been able to deduce the culprit. Just what did you see in your video? We all know you must have watched it. Are you sure you want to hear it? Once I tell you, I can never untell you. Things might never be the same here again. Things already won't be the same around here, never again. Just tell us. We deserve an explanation. As fellow candidates of the World Empire. Is anyone in disagreement? No one spoke up. Very well, but don't say I didn't warn you. One of the first things the video told me is that there is a traitor hidden among us. And a traitor has been pulling the strings behind the scenes manipulating us. Most of what's happened here happens at their whim. One of us is a traitor. How can this be? We're supposed to be the top batch of candidates, right? How could someone so corrupt possibly advance to such a high position? It's not exactly out of the question. You just need the right connections, power, a good understanding of people. Skills which most ultimates possess by default. So Blaze, you killed Magnus because you thought he was the traitor. I did. The video made one fact very clear. If the traitor dies, this killing game ends. We will all be freed. If it means the life of just one person, it was a risk. Wait, so you did it to... What? What? I did. So he thought he was the traitor? Why did you think he was a traitor? I did. The video made one fact very clear. If the traitor dies, this killing game ends. We will all be freed. If it meant the life of just one person, it was a risk I was willing to take. But wow, he was a fellow candidate, wasn't he? Was it truly a decision you could make with... On top of that, the killing game didn't end. My dear lamb, what possessed you to pick Magnus of all people now? He struck me with many things, but a traitor. I had not even entertained such a fancy. And indeed, it's obvious now that I was wrong. I was only midway through the trial that I made my decision. I would try and find the truth. Even if it would cost me my life. He still is not explaining why I thought Magnus was the traitor. That's why I persisted with the trial. To see if the traitor would reveal themselves to us in order to prevent their own execution. Okay. Okay. Correct. Does that mean Nat's the traitor then? Wait, no, she was trying to... In order to prevent their own execution. Huh? Correct. But maybe I was lied to. Maybe there really isn't a traitor. Nobody was willing to speak up when we were all about to pick the wrong person. Oh, yeah, the earlier thing. Yeah, nobody did. Everyone except me would have been executed. Maybe I'm the traitor. And I mean no offense when I say this, but I'm the only person who I know for sure can't be the traitor. I see. Though your crime had failed, you still sought to draw out more information. Natalia. Please, you're being awfully evasive. I could say the same about you. Why are you trying so hard to protect me? I have my reasons. Reason enough to risk all our lives. I'm sure it must have been a really good reason. Natalia wouldn't have left us out to die here out of malice, right? You haven't told us why you killed Magnus, Blaze. The full reason. You're great at probing for information, Nat. If only you were as good of a liar. Flesh. Just explain yourself. The video came with a profile of the traitor. It said in no uncertain terms that they were someone tied to the downing of Lucinda Airways Flight 11037. One particularly important detail was brought up. They were hiding their involvement. But that's horrendously flimsy by itself. Anyone could have been hiding their involvement with the bombing. But Magnus certainly was. If I wasn't certain about it before I confronted him in the library, I was certain afterwards. He definitely hid his degree of involvement from the rest of us. Was that really the thing that pushed you over the edge? This crime had a certain ferocity. It seems there's no hiding from the ultimate warden. Yeah, there was another detail in the video. The traitor's involvement in the aircraft bombing incident led to the death of someone who was very important to you. The whole time I felt a deep sense of regret. Of guilt. I knew I had something to fix when I got out of here, but I didn't know what it was. Yeah, I was like, did he like react very seriously? Well, but with the video I remembered. I guess maybe we did the seance. I guess we did the seance before he watched the video, maybe. So that's why he didn't react to it. Because yeah, I'm not really sure how I feel about this, to be completely honest. I remembered him. Regular old guy. Hey, you're kidding, right? You're like 17 and literally a teacher. None of my other teachers try and make friends with their students. Even spend your... I know. I was there. ... And then they died. It was what he always wanted, wasn't it? To die a hero. I guess it was the other person they were talking about that died. Surely there was something else he could have done. Anything. What happened to our promise? Did it mean so little to him? Aw, sad. He had no other choice. You know that, don't you? You know, you don't have to carry this all by yourself. That's what friends are for. So how about we make another promise? Another promise? Yeah. You have my back and I'll have yours. We're all that's left. It's what he would have wanted for us, right? You're right. Shame on me. That type of teacher has to be talked down by a... What type of teacher has to be talked down by a student? The best kind, apparently. I'm the ultimate student. Oh my god, it's Min. Blaze, is everything going to be all right? We're in jail? Oh my god, what have they done to you? It's nothing. They think that I did it. The airplane bombing. Oh, so he knew that guy. Like, I don't know. I just kind of wish this would have been foreshadowed more. I mean, I guess I try to rewatch and see if there's any foreshadowing for it, but I feel like... Because who was it that told the story? It was like Elisa that told the story. I don't know if I really remember Blaze having any big reactions to it. You know, someone like you couldn't possibly have. They found the bomb in my luggage. It's over. I think that was a guy, actually, who got framed. I just gave them, like, a girly voice. Not to mention all the other circumstantial evidence that they have. Don't you worry about that. I've got a friend. He promised to help you. With his testimony, we might just have a fighting chance. Really? That would be great. Oh, one more thing. It's circumstantial. I was wondering. I was like, I don't think she said it right. Or he. Them. Magnus, you can't. He needs you. I'm sorry, Blaze. My hands are tied. But you're the only person. who can save him. Oh, yeah, he wasn't remembered until... Oh, yeah, he didn't remember until he saw the video. You just have to. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do. What would Jackson think if he saw you right now? Ugh. What the hell would you know? Magnus, stop! Okay, so this is... Magnus! It's such a beautiful day, isn't it? Nice and calm, with not a cloud in the sky. Life really is so beautiful, isn't it? I'll just read it in my normal voice. You know what's happening tomorrow, don't you? Yeah. How could I not know? I've heard it will be lethal injection. That means it'll be fast, right? That does suck, man. Apparently the executioner is coming in with clean hands. It's their first time. They better not screw it up. Jesus. How can you be so positive in this situation, dude? Thank you, Stinkfly3. He did have a panicked reaction to the seance. Was the seance before or after, though? I mean, I feel like in general you'd have a panicked reaction to that regardless of if you had, like, personal connection to it or not, just because it was pretty traumatizing. But I think you watched the tape afterwards. It's just a little weird because you didn't really, like, see, you know, him watching the tape, or I don't know if it was really ever mentioned until, like, now that he even watched the tape. You know what I mean? But I can't remember. Thank you for the donation, though. Hey, Teach. Now's not the time to be spacing out. I thought I told you to call me B. Is anybody... How can you even look at me in the eyes after what I've done? I'm nothing but a complete failure. It wasn't your fault, Blaze. I'm sure you did everything you could. Sometimes you could even reach for the whole world. Grab it all in your arms. Pull it and twist it. Squeeze it with all your might. But it wouldn't be enough. Did you always talk like that? No, not always. It seemed our lessons paid off in the end, didn't they? Looks like it's all up to you now. You're the last person that can fulfill the promise we made that day. Don't ever give up doing what you do. You're a great friend and an even better teacher. Because of you, I can move on with no regrets. You and him. I'm so glad I met you two. Why, Magnus? Why did you let him die? Well, it makes sense why he decided to kill Magnus now. That was awful. Sir. I had no idea. How? How could Magnus do such a thing? If I was in your position, screw finding the traitor. The spite alone might have been enough. Then, like, Eden said she didn't notice any spite. It's because Blaze is just such a saint, man. He's just such a perfect saint. Because I think that was what she was saying, right? Earlier, that she could notice the spite in the air or something. You couldn't possibly mean that. I don't know what to think anymore. So in short, Blaze, you're telling us that because of the video, you were willing to overlook the flimsy logical basis for killing Magnus. Can you not? Can you let's maybe not quote Groot right now, girl. We're kind of doing some trauma dumping right now. It's a serious moment, Virginia. But in the end, does it really matter whether or not he killed Magnus because he thought he was the traitor? Indeed. Murder is an unforgivable sin, now and always. But Magnus' soul was also not without taint.
It's clear he couldn't use his own conscience. It's clear he couldn't use his own conscience to shield himself from death. It kind of sucks that Magnus didn't even remember that unless he watched the tape. So it's kind of sad. I guess that might be why he didn't have any malice when he killed him. Why would Magnus be so heartless? He hardly seemed the type.
Why indeed? Oop, 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 oop.
So you know something about this.
Aw, shucks. It seems the secret's out. I suppose there's no harm in telling you guys right now. The most important period has already passed after all.
Important period?
Don't you mind that? Now, what if I told you that Magnus's dying words were all true? That he was, in fact, just like you. Huh? So you were listening in to my crime. Aw, Bear's gotta keep himself entertained. Let me give it... Oh, wait. Let me give it to you straight. Magnus really wasn't lying, after all. His beloved nomad friend had been kidnapped.
The ultimate nomad kidnapped? No, not Aang. How could they do this to him? Why is this the first I've heard of it? Oh my god, did that mean Zuko actually finally succeeded? Okay, slay, Zuko. Perhaps more of our memories are missing than we anticipated.
Aw, poor unfortunate Magnus! Losing his dear beloved friend like that, and undone by something so thankless, to be forced to spin lie after lie. Oh, I have no idea what he's doing right now. He's been so busy that I haven't been able to see him. So busy even though we're best of friends. Did any of you really believe that?
You mean... No!
Yes!
No!
Yes! For you see, in using the nomad's life as leverage, the navigator was forced into silence! Why else do you think you'd refuse to testify? Okay. We're up to him. Do you really truly think you would have let your beloved pupil die like that? And then you killed him, you dick! Sure, the world's full of cruel people, I think? Cruel people. But Magnus probably wasn't one of them. Aw, shucks. He was a poor, lost soul just like you. A person who was willing to do anything for his beloved friend. How unlucky for him! Up to his death, he thought he still had to keep the kidnapping a secret. He died keeping a secret he no longer even needed to.
You... Oh my god, Dash! How dare you mess with them like that? Are you British too, Dash?
Oh, I can't believe he just said that. Oh, man. Me? I didn't do anything. Did I hold Blaze's hand as he struck the magnet to the chandelier? As he knocked Magnus out? As he let Magnus die?
Don't listen to him, Blaze. It's not your fault.
Oh, I changed her voice. You coerced him. There's no way he would have done it if he'd known all the facts. Right, Blaze? I can't believe Dash said that. I'm still laughing at that. Oh, God. No, sorry, serious moment. It's okay, Grace, everyone. There's no need to justify my actions. If you think that I'm just a selfish bastard who murdered an innocent man over nothing, you'd be right. I mean, I didn't know, so, I mean, I'd probably do the same. Like, would I do the same thing in the situation? I'll probably try to talk to Magnus first, or at least make him watch the tape to get his memories back. But I can see why he did what he did. You should never forgive something like this.
And yet, when the chance presented itself for you to escape, you chose instead to press onward with the trial. Even if it meant you would die, you were willing to try and find the culprit, the true traitor. Even before you truly realized how wrong your assumptions were, you were content to persist with the trial.
Yeah, it literally is like the same reasons why Kaede was trying to do the trial, so she could like figure out who the mastermind was. Except this one's like the traitor rather than the mastermind, I guess.
You may think you would have let us all die, but it was never really about escaping, was it? Not when it meant sacrificing the lives of everybody here.
That doesn't make me any less of a pathetic person. I wanted revenge. And who knows? Maybe the traitor was just a fantasy concocted by Kilmore Bear to get us to turn on each other. After all, would the traitor really be alive if it became something out of our own making? He definitely jumped the gun on killing, you know. It's like, I don't know, it's like I can kind of put myself in his position and see why he would want to kill, but at the same time, I feel like I'm trying to think. Would I just confide? I guess it's hard to know what you would do in a high stress situation, like a killing game. And I guess with Magnus too, he did have like a kind of a bad relationship with him, so he might not want to confront him or get him to watch the tapes or whatever. I guess he might just want to move straight to killing. But I kind of would wonder. I guess if I was him, I would wonder if other people connected to the, what I would wonder what other people would remember from watching the tapes. I think my first goal after like getting those memories back would be just to like try to push other people to watch the tapes, kind of like what Oma did in V3. I made a terrible, terrible mistake. Yeah, Blaze, you made a terrible mistake. Instead of killing Magnus, you should have killed me instead. Natalia, did you kill the friend? Thank you, Eric's Animated Shorts. Just like all the lives, I'm not cut up, so bye. Thanks for stopping by, at least. Appreciate you. Thanks for being a member for 8 months. And thank you, big chunk of Weeb World Order. This isn't very desu, Japan. That is so true. She's about to say something really desu, though, so just give her a second. She's about to cook. Natalia. You're so naive, Blaze. When we first met back at the cemetery, did you really think it was by chance? Oh yeah, they met at the cemetery too. You mean... Yeah, that chance encounter of ours. It was the product of many long hours of surveilling. That sort of thing is possible when you're the ultimate warden. So she was watching his friend? What? Why'd you want to meet me in the first place? Had I known you were in my batch, there would have been no need to stage a meeting. My curiosity got the better of me, I suppose. Not that the meeting went all that well to begin with. I definitely lost my nerve. You still haven't answered my question. What reason could you have for wanting to meet me? As far as I know, that was the first time we ever met. Not true. For me, anyway. Sure, we never met face to face, but I definitely remember you. I think your student even talked about me. Huh. So she is connected to them. Don't tell me. No way. Yep. And she's trying to save him. Okay, that makes more sense why she's trying to save him, because I wasn't sure about that. Riki Executioner and Natalia reporting in for duty. Wait, is she the one who executed them? Oh, shit. Oh, seriously? That seems like what's implying. The first time I saw you was very memorable. Oh, damn. I guess she feels guilty for it, too. I don't think I've ever seen someone plead so passionately for their friend's life. If I was a bit smarter, then perhaps I would have listened to your feelings. But it was your voice against many, and the greater good was always more important. Oh, man, that's crazy, dude. Yeah, that makes more sense. I mean, like, that sucks, dude. I feel bad. I feel really bad for her now. How unlucky for all of us. I had a bad feeling when I was dispatched to Terminus is all. But later did I find out that it was a test. My primary objective was not to investigate the crime. It was to mete out justice on behalf of all the victims of the attack. Damn, that's crazy. Thank you, Eric's Animated Shorts, Downtown Detective, and Aroha Slay. That is true. So true. But also don't say that word. Cursed word. Oh, man. But thank you for the donation. Appreciate you. I do love Downtown and Aroha a lot. It was to mete out justice on behalf of all the victims of the attack. As a representative of the great family of law enforcement, no less. I follow the case closely, too, you know. So did my sister. She even told me not to follow through with it. We both knew that some parts of the case were highly suspect. Did you have a choice to do it? Because I feel like that's a pretty big... And yet I thought I didn't have a choice. That I was duty-bound. Because, girl, if it was me, I'd be like, nah, I'm not going to do this. Like, no, thank you. I don't want to really be like the executioner. I just kind of want to watch the camera. I need donuts, you know? Like... I just had to be an obedient little girl. A stupidly obedient little girl. What's this? What is this police department that's like, yes, let's send the 17-year-old to inject the poison? into somebody that may or may not have done it. I mean, like, even if he did it, like, that would still be, like, super traumatizing to have to be an executioner when you're, like, her age. I'm assuming they're, like, teenagers. Stupidly obedient little girl. I should have listened. But I couldn't. Not when the pride of our family was on the line. And who was I to judge? A ruling handed down in an official court of law. And of course, they never disclosed the exact age of the victim, did they? He really was so young. The timing couldn't have been more unfortunate. Terminus had only just amended its laws. If accused of a serious crime, all suspected persons were to be tried as adults. Okay. Damn, bro. These countries with their crazy legal stuff. It remains without a doubt one of the harshest legal systems in the world. That's horrible. If you're angry with me, then feel free. You're about to be executed anyway, so please, if you want, take my life. Oh, damn. Natalia. Do you think I'm joking? Ah, damn. I kind of feel bad for making fun of your weeb talk. You are really good. Well, I guess, I don't know. It's kind of hard. It's a difficult situation that she was in. But, you know, she's making it up now, so that's good. Ever since that day, I haven't slept a single restful night. Everywhere I went, I carried this nagging feeling with me. That even though I did my job, I had still failed. So my fears were confirmed from our findings in the library. I just knew. I had to make things right. That because I failed in my duty to your friend, I owed you a debt that could never ever be repaid. I stayed behind a bit after my designation, you know? That's when I saw you. I was curious, so I followed you to the park. I wanted to ask you what you were doing, but my instinct stopped me. You just wanted to have a chat with Magnus, I thought to myself. I thought nothing of it until the body discovery announcement went off. But when Kilmore allowed me to test the properties of the tape, that's when I knew for sure. And that's when I made my mind up. Nat. But even that failed. So now there's only one thing I can offer you. For the blood that has been shed at my hands, I give you my life. He's not going to do it. I mean, he already feels guilty for Magnus. I don't think that's going to make him feel better. What's Kilmore Bear going to do? Execute you again? The outcome won't change either way. I'm a failure as a warden. Warden. I execute an innocent person. How am I any different to you? Natalia! I withheld critical information during the trial. And on top of that, I tried to throw suspicion onto myself. All of you could have died because of me. Okay, I feel like we are going to play as her, because then it's like, you know, she has to make it up to everybody. And I don't know, it just kind of seems like a better character to play as a protagonist when, you know, you have to gain the trust of the others again. Why? I guess you'd be, like, more incentivized to, like, gain the trust and lead the trials and stuff. Because I was selfish. So go on, hate me. I deserve it. Natalia, you're a smart cookie. You would have known that exposing the tape could have easily backfired on you. That's exactly what happened. But I'm trying to protect Blaze. You opened up an opportunity for all of us to figure out the truth. I think a part of your subconscious wasn't going to let you sacrifice all of us so easily. In many ways, you're no different to Blaze, really. But is this really okay? I mean, if the Ultimate Warden is so easily moved by her own emotions to the point where she's willing to risk the lives of the 50th batch. You should never be ashamed of your emotions. They're what makes us human. Without them, we'd be nothing more than machines, you know? No offense, me. Okay, that one's robophobic. No offense, me, you. Though I think you're definitely an exception to that rule. None taken. I'm offended for you, Miyu. Don't worry. Thank you, Eden. You're on my hit list, Eden. Right next to Elisa. Anybody who says anything slightly mean to Miyu, I'm like, I'm writing you in the book, the Death Note. Besides, I can read your thoughts loud and clear the whole time you were trying to cover for Blaze. Oh, yeah. You mean? Okay, so she didn't do anything either. Yeah, I was tempted to step in on multiple occasions, but the Divine Eye held me back at every junction. It told me to wait. Girl, why didn't you stop it when we almost voted wrong? Why didn't you stop it when we almost voted wrong? I'm starting to not trust your mind reading abilities. It's kind of easy to say you're reading minds now that everything's happened. Yep, I was there reading minds. That's me, totally not lying. Let the karmic flow and the case remain undisturbed. And in the end, it turns out that was the right call to make. I guess I stole your thunder, didn't I, Zeke? I'm supposed to have a moment. Meh. It's good to be on the receiving end once in a while. Your actions were questionable, comrade. Why'd you also try to make yourself out to be the killer? I don't know. I like fucking with people. Hey, sir. I thought I told you not to call me the... Huh? You know... I thought it was cool how you try and make friends with all your students. Was he like a student at some point? Friends with all my students. You really don't remember, do you? Sure, go ahead. Continue being senile. He's always making fun of his age. It's like you, it's just like you for your memory to be trashier than a wood tier scrub. If this is what it's like to grow old, then maybe dying in this killing game wouldn't be so bad. But I'd still like to avoid it if I can. The world hasn't seen the last of my epic plays. I see. Just how much did you take away from us, Kilmore? Don't tell me that we all somehow... Don't tell me they all somehow knew each other before this. Like in the last killing game. Okay, so he was the one in the class preview, and then the person who died was like Blaze's like friend. So okay, I thought they were the same person. The student and the person in the cell were the same person, but that makes sense too. Oh, it couldn't be. So yeah, it probably is. They all know each other. Hey, Nat, does everybody just like remember after seeing the tape? Because it seems like Zeke remembers now too. Oh my god, Daijobu. I know you were just doing your job. It's all Daijobu now. Blazy Coon! That act of yours. I don't know why you do it, but somehow I just find it so... beautiful. The Weeb act? Every human life is so precious and irreplaceable. It's not something that you should throw away so easily. You may be carrying a burden, but that burden is only temporary. And it's not like something you can carry all by yourself. So please, promise me that you'll live. All of you. Succeed where I have failed. Ah! Ah. Thank you, Blazy Coon. I'll never forget you. Ah, man. Execution time. Alrighty! Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time! No! Oh. The candidates watched in silence as a giant claw sprung out of the ground, ensnaring Blaze in its clutches. Before dragging him to the bowels. I don't know why I'm cracking me up. They call it the bowels of the school. The screen that had been sitting in the corner of the room suddenly flickered into life. Letters scrawled across the screen, forming into words before their eyes. Oh no, I'm late to school. Oh my god, you have toast. You're like running to class with toast in your mouth. Everyone watches Blaze, now dressed in a school uniform, sprinted towards a place marked as class. Seems very Monokuma, something he would do. As he did, there was a loud rumbling noise, trying to reference like a meme like that. Within seconds, everyone's looks had solidified into horror as various items started falling from the sky. Massive chalkboards, mammoth-sized desks, heavy metal pencil cases. All the while, Blaze ducked and weaved through the endless cascade of items. As he did so, class drew closer and closer. But yet he never reached it, and his breathing room narrowed and narrowed. Within seconds, there was only one clear path through the falling debris. Yet Blaze persisted, sprinting at a... oh god dang it. Falling debris. Sprinting at a seemingly superhuman speed. The slow music now. But as he turned the last corner, he looked up and noticed that the cascading pattern had disappeared. Replaced with a continuous line of heavy items that blanketed the entire ceiling. Just like that, the path had disappeared. Blaze stopped. Damn. Crushed to death. Resigned to his fate, he lay down and watched silently, a smile on his face as everything came crashing down on top of him. Oh man, that would have been really cool to see. The corner of the screen, a robot teacher, pen in hand, moved their hand in search of a name on their roll. Blaze. And with nothing more than a simple flourish, an A was scrawled neatly beside it. Oh, that was a good execution. I liked that. That was a really good execution, especially for a teacher. I liked it a lot. That was cool. Thank you, Brayden Munn. Thanks for becoming a member and joining the Kenjo cult. The music slowed down as kind of a bop. It is a bop. Ba 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 boo ba 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 ba. The whispers are telling me to procure a sturdy place or something. Sturdy paper bag. I think I'm gonna be sick. Please tell me this didn't just happen. Somebody pinch me. Ow. I didn't mean it. Oh, were you not being serious? Sorry, I don't know what came over me. Thank you, Miu. I needed that. All good now. Blaze. Fate can be so cruel, can it? Whoa, chin up everyone! You just survived your first class trial! I'm not doing another one. I refuse! What kind of messed up court system do you have here? Oh, boop, boop, boop. When you're done protesting, feel free to step in the elevator. It'll take you back up. Like a bunch of... Oh wait, who am I talking as now? I was like a bunch of clockwork animals. Everybody obliged. I guess I'm probably Natalia, right? Soon after the elevator started proceeding upstairs, the air inside even heavier than it had been on the way down. As soon as everyone stepped out of the elevator, everyone had a favor to ask. Meet me in the cafeteria, please. She ran off. Too exhausted to protest, everyone shuffled listlessly into the cafeteria. Maybe I am playing as Zeke. ... Sorry about the wait. I just had to make sure it was properly tuned. How vintage. It's rare to see instruments like this in this 21st century. Did you have it in your room this whole time? It might actually make sense for Zeke to be the other protagonist since he was like the student or whatever, you know what I mean? I may be the ultimate singer, but that doesn't mean I can only sing. Now, I haven't been practicing, so forgive me if this sounds unpleasant. And, I don't usually sing this type of song. You're all free to leave anytime. Most of it's improvised. He's trying to talk us out of it so hardcore, so it's not like I put a lot of effort into it anyways. Lifting her head up high, she began to play. Oh, pretty! Hey, CG! Look at that! Oh, nice. Hope this isn't copyrighted, dude. I'm always so paranoid when it comes to music. It looks nice, though. Ballet slippers, too. I like the execution a lot, too. I thought that was a really good one. Some of the scenarios can be kind of weird for executions, but I feel like that was, like, just the right amount of weird for Danganronpa. Oh, she sings a Death Grip song? Ooh! Oof, I'm sure it's beautiful. I'm sure it's beautiful, queen. But I do not want to get claimed. I do not want to get claimed, girly. Oh, man. I'm sure it's amazing, but I cannot watch it. Oh, man. It's like, that sounds copyrighted. Despite her disclaimer, everyone listened patiently as she sang and sang into the early hours of the morning. Not a single person moved from their seat the entire time. As the last note fell, so too did the curtain that had been hanging over this most twisted and unforgiving cases. We're not gonna find out who's the new pro tag yet? I guess not. I think it's Zeke, though. I think so. I think that makes the most... Well, honestly, they both make sense. I was actually kind of just thinking it was Zeke, too, just because, whatchamacallit, they said, like, a female, you know, like, Nazumi VA. Oh. It's always good me to play this video. As it should. As it should. I haven't watched it yet, but I'll like it anyways. I wasn't sure if there was gonna be spoilers in it or not. Okay, well, yeah, that was definitely, you know, I do kind of have mixed feelings on the trial. I think some parts were done well. Other parts I'm not quite as sure about. I did enjoy the story after the trial, but yeah, I definitely think maybe the mystery could have been improved upon in terms of like foreshadowing Blaze's, you know, eventual demise, because the only thing I really saw was the V3 references, but I could always go back and look and see kind of what, if there was anything else that foreshadowed it. Because I think, yeah, the thing I liked so much about Kaide's was that we like saw her doing all the actions, but didn't piece it together. I feel like that was what made it such an amazing mystery, you know what I mean? But I feel like for this one, they just kind of cut out whenever he was doing the sussy stuff, so it was just kind of like, there was no way for us to pick up on the fact that he did it, which I'm not too sure how I feel about that. But I did like the story afterwards. That was nice. But yeah, anyways, I will see you guys for Process of Elimination on Saturday. I also did record myself playing Amanda the Adventurer. It was super fun, and I should definitely hopefully I'll have that up on like Monday or something. I did everything for it, like the new tape, like the hidden tapes, all the endings. It was like, God, I was playing it for like 4.5 hours or something. It was super fun, but I should have that up on like a Monday or something, I think. And thank you, big chunk of Weeb World Order, new Weeb Order. Come on, Natalia MC. I'm kind of split on whatchamacallit. If I think it's gonna be Zeke or Natalia. I feel like both of them are pretty good candidates for a new protagonist, but we will see. But thanks guys for coming to the stream, and I will see you on Saturday. Bye. Oh wait, actually, I keep forgetting this. Outro time. We have an outro now. Okay. Thanks everybody who's a member too. You get to be featured in the outro. I just updated it as well. Okay. I will see you guys next time. Bye.